Okay, so welcome everybody. This is day 2 of the body alchemy process. So, we are just going to begin. If you want to close your eyes, and we are just going to go into the library of light and call in the hologram for this work. So you are calling in the hologram for the work for yourself. So it's the work, but it's also how the work impacts on your body. And it's also about all the results that you experience from your body. So as you tune into the hologram, you can just take a minute to let the hologram know what you want and also what you want to let go of. So let's begin by just taking a minute to focus on what we want to let go of. Okay, and let's just take a minute to program the hologram to inform it what we want. Okay. So just allow that hologram to come down and anchor into every aspect of your multidimensional matrix and your triple aspects. And we're doing this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, through time and space. So we open a field of magic and miracles, blessings, love, and gratitude. We call in the infinite power, potential, and possibilities of the cosmic field in the now point of power. And we ask for divine and cosmic protection for ourselves, our lives, our work here today, and real world tangible results, and a quantum leap for our bodies in all aspects. We call in our spirit teams, our alchemy teams, all the body teams and teams of light required to achieve the quantum leap we seek to create with this groundbreaking piece of work, as well as the time lords of the new age. We choose to release all beliefs, emotions, habits, behaviors, and energetics from any provenance which could impede this work. So let's do this now. The frequency of this work supersedes and dissolves any reversals, interference, or blockages from any source or dimension, which will be immediately released. We've come together to explore as alchemists and futurists the possibility of moving the body into a new paradigm, one in which it does not hold the old density humans have held, which has created the current rate of aging, health issues, diminished radiance, and low vitality, and holding of old, unbeneficial, unprocessed content and frequencies. We state and affirm our intention to step out of the old level of body consciousness and expression and to shift to a new upgraded body, which does not embody all the old low frequency content, but rather becomes a new template of light. We affirm that our body's radical upgrade will also affect our consciousness, as it will no longer agree to hold all that old content or store and express it anymore. We affirm that this body's upgrade is also a huge consciousness upgrade, allowing us to step into a more present moment experience of what it is to be human in the now. We choose now to completely clear the body of all blockages, trauma, and low frequency content and up level through this work to a new level of light, health, radiance, beauty, re-youthing, rejuvenation, and vitality. We now set a collective intention to surpass what the general collective believe is possible in terms of energetic restructuring of the body, and an intention to achieve powerful, visible, dramatic anti-aging rejuvenation, dramatic health, and vitality upgrades. We command that every clearing and upgrade gets safely and properly anchored into the body. We command that our bodies only take in as much light, energy, and frequencies as is safe for each one of us individually, and that each of us shift to a place that is safe and comfortable. We command absolute safety for our bodies in this process, and that the body be taken to a level it can handle comfortably and safely with no negative repercussions or effects. And we will be installing a fail-safe, a protective shield, which will activate and nullify any work that is either too strong or not appropriate for any one of us, ensuring total protection for our body and consciousness throughout each and every process, throughout the totality of this work. So please tune in and get a message about your body upgrade.
Hi.
And as Cleona's just arrived, I'm going to activate all of this work that we've just done up until now so that she receives it energetically. So we're just tuning in for a message about our body's upgrade. And when you've got your message, we're going to do a share, only about 2 minutes each. And you can share the message that you got or any experiences that you had over the week after doing the part 1. So just really a short share, just to see where we're at. But before we share, can you just test if the frequency of your body on day 1 was at 1, and we're just testing between 1 and 100, just test where your body is now. The frequency of your body consciousness now. And then we'll just do this very short 2-minute share before we start the work.
Sorry, Dominic, do you mean the frequency before day 1?
Yeah, exactly. So if the frequency before day 1 was at 1, where's the frequency of your body now? So my body was at 1 before day 1, and now it's at 1800. Okay, does anybody want to share? I'm buzzing from that hologram. I don't know about you guys. Yeah, Sylvia, you too? Do you want to go ahead and share her?
Well, I wasn't quite sure whether I was checking the right thing because I was trying to remember what it was like last time. And then I thought, okay, fine. If I assume it was 1 before we started, what is it now? And it said 200.
Okay, okay.
And obviously lots of room for improvement.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, your 200 and my 1800 might be the same, right?
Yeah.
So we're not comparing each other. We're just testing for ourselves, because we know that, for
Yeah.
example, when Angela tests, she goes to 3,000 all the time. So we have different ways of calibrating. So it's not, we can't compare each other. But
That's
just
right.
briefly, how were you? So this week, how were you?
I was, for the most part, very good, very happy, very lighthearted. My body felt better. And then about halfway through, I started getting a little bit tired. And then I realized what was happening, because the body got into spasms and real heavy pain, and turned out to be all parallel universe stuff. And he gave me the opportunity to clear that, or at least a large part of it. And the body feels a lot better. But actually, my body feels happy, and I feel more connected to my body. I was very disconnected before because of all the pain and everything.
So when I'm testing, it's testing that was part of the release process, actually.
Yes.
So stuff
Yeah,
may come through that might need your support as alchemists to kind of just help it kind of come out. But yeah.
Yeah, I got that it was just part of the natural process, so I wasn't really worried. But it was intense. It was really intense,
Okay.
but only for a short period of time. Overall, the energy feels so light and wonderful and happy, and everybody notices it, which is even nicer.
Wow. Okay. Great. Thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
Who else got a message? Has a calibration? How were you this week? Briefly. Pete, do you want to go?
Sure. You may not be able to hear me because it's raining really hard, and so there's a lot of.
I
But
can
yeah,
hear that.
this week, I mean, I just felt just so much lighter in the body, and I looked at the body map and checked, and there were certain observations that I had around my shoulders, um, um, my stomach area, abdomen, and I mean all that. Just when I retested it, it had all just dropped. It had all just cleared.
Okay.
So definitely things going on there, and yeah, I mean, it just feels like a lot of angst and a lot of, a lot of stuff has just sort of left in a very nice way, a very gentle way, a very honorable way, which has been lovely. So thank you. Yeah, great.
Thanks, son.
And my message was lighter. That was just one word.
Great. Perfectly appropriate message.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, son. Okay, who would like to go? Moshe?
I'll go next. Yes, a delightful week, lighter than air. More very quiet joy is my experience. Very quiet joy. Yeah, I think things changed just in the past couple of days. Oh, yes, I slept like 8 hours, that's unheard of. And in the last couple of days, it's changed. My sleeping has changed. I think it's energies, external, the stuff coming in. Something I've noticed, I don't want to be with very many people. And I took myself off as chair of a committee.
Oh, wow.
I'll help out, but I won't. I'm not leading. I don't want to lead. So, yeah, really good. The message today was things are progressing nicely, and we know you want to know. So, yes, good. Feeling good. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, son. Okay. Who'd like to share? Debbie?
This week I've slept really well, so thanks for that, Dominique. I've been walking a lot, and I feel as if walking, more energy, muscle strength, and I've been walking with a group, and I've noticed that they've been lagging back, and I've been more speedy. In the water, I do a lot of swimming. In the water, I'm swimming faster. And when I lie back and meditate on the surface, I just feel more connected. Yeah, so I think for me, it's pushing through without effort. And the message I got then was more about being able to feel the changes that are going on.
Interesting. Thanks, son. Sebastian?
Yeah, it's been an amazing week, really. That's really tuned into my body. I felt that I was being instructed by my body on what to eat, when to eat, and not eat for a while. That seemed really like appropriate at the start of the week. Just buzzing with energy, really connected to my body. Then the insomnia's kicked in like the last 3 nights, so that has really sort of drained my energy levels. But as Marcia says, I don't know if it's part of this process or if it's something external that's coming in. But the message I've got today is to trust the process. So, you know, as we're clearing stuff, these kinds of things might come up. But yeah, it's been pretty amazing.
Thanks, honey. Okay. Angela?
So yeah, the frequency before day 1, did we test it before?
We might have,
Before
but
day
we're
1?
just using number
I
1.
can't remember. I am. It was like 20 or 2. I know 20. And then now 1700. Anyway, that's the message was your body is your north. You know, it's like your north is your North Star. That's your where you're going, kind of thing. So even though I know that intellectually, or have known that, it's kind of like, yeah, your body, you know, is its own compass. Because, you know, when we think of like guidance or intuition, or think of it, oh, it's this thing out there somewhere, but actually it's coming through the body, or it could be like your body is a sensor thing. It comes, filters through that, and again, I've had that, but I don't really always realize that. But that seemed to come as a message quite strong, that it was actually, it's not over there, it's sort of here. It's literally within me. It's sort of the body, actually, or through the body somehow. I don't know if that makes sense, but so yeah, so that kind of sensing of what yeah, like
The importance of the body, no? That's what I'm getting from
yeah, the importance of the body. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I resonate with that.
Yeah, really the importance of it. And then it was like the light, your body's your north, your light, the light field, which is, I suppose, the whole of your, you know, the light in your cells is increasing. So it's about being in your own bubble, or be more in my own bubble, which again, I suppose I always have been, kind of, but you kind of don't, you're often so susceptible to things, people, places, situations. And I think the more that you're in your own vibrational bubble, well, you're not putting a wall up, but you're kind of vibrating somewhere else, so you will stay within that frequency. That's how I understood it.
Well, we will. That's going to be the outcome, exactly.
Yeah,
Because
exactly. Yeah. So yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that was the sort of the message. I've actually slept better this week. I say because I usually do, but ever since this what's happened for me with this, you know, my sister and this whole death and the grief process, I've had some terrible nights, and of course, you know, I've just gone with it. I've had to wake up and you know, at 3 in the morning, and I just have to stay up for an hour, 2 hours, and it's all been very disjointed. And then, you know, of course, I had the thing of, which is normal. So I go through it, the bursting into tears, or here and there and everywhere, and sometimes every day, and sometimes, you know, all this sort of stuff. But this week was quite interesting because I had, and I still had that. I don't not have that. And certain things coming up, but something was interesting because I don't know, it was a kind of a purging, and it was just this online little sort of conversation with one of my sister's daughters, not the one that disowned her own mother and me, but the other one. she sort of messaged me about something, and she kind of brought up something from years ago, something to do with, but it sounded quite, it wasn't my fault or anything to do, but it sounded quite accusatory. And she said, "Oh, do you think this?" Or do you, it was a bit, and I found myself answering rather than getting off center completely, as it might do normally, perhaps something like that, not with her, but anyone. I just completely was there. Well, I just said, "Oh, hang on a minute." I was very kind of focused and precise and assertive, but also not in an aggressive way, but just like, no, it did this and this and this and this and this. And then I kind of counteracted, and we got into this kind of exchange, which went on and on a bit online. And then she said, "Oh, thanks. I've been wanting to talk about that for a long time." And it just kind of, and I realized how important that was. And it sort of just happened. And it's funny, but I think that was like a kind of a purging of that situation. I feel like something definitely shifted there. So that was interesting. That happened just literally 3 days ago.
Yes, thank you, hon.
And
Thanks.
just quickly, the other thing about the body mat is that I started it and I've done it like horizontal.
Let's talk about the body map after, because we're going to go to
Oh,
it. And I
wanted
just,
to
I just
redo
want
it. Oh,
the,
okay, sorry, yeah.
I want to keep everybody
Yeah, sure.
short, because there's a lot of work to do today. But
Yeah.
thanks, Annie. We'll talk about the body map in a minute. Christian and Roland, how are you guys?
Yeah, since we did the replay yesterday, so we can't experience
Yeah,
anything yet.
it's a bit new.
Yeah, but the message that I got was patience.
What is it?
Patience.
Patience.
And for Roland, it was joy.
Okay,
So,
cool. All right, well, let's see what happens today. We can share more at the end.
yeah. But we all both got also already checked out, and we both got above 100 already
Okay,
in 1 day.
from 1 to 100.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, because you've done the 1 day, so in 1 day, that's good.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Cleona, how are you?
Hi. I was trying for 10 minutes to get into the meeting. I just kept saying host is aware that you're here and just not letting you, she let you in a minute. So it wasn't like I was off doing something and not.
So you were with us energetically anyway.
Yeah.
No, because we didn't know if anybody was opting to do it on replay, so we just started a couple of minutes in, and so I did actually look to see if anybody is waiting, but it wasn't saying, so sorry about that. Anyway, you got it. So how are
Well, I just got back from ecstatic dance and went to bed for an hour, and the message I got, obviously I wasn't really with the process that you did, but when I looked at my body map, it just said complete body programming. And it's what I feel inside, like all the atoms in my body are on boil, everything's boiling around the whole thing. So yeah, I haven't had the insomnia that everyone has, but I've been sleeping, but then waking up feeling more or less exhausted still, and needing to go back to bed, or feeling awake then, but then feeling tired a couple of hours later and then needing to have another nap or something. So I guess that's all from the eclipse. Thank you for.
But can I also suggest something? When there's a lot of transformation going on, it requires a lot of energy. So being tired makes perfect sense to me. It's like a lot is processing, right?
Yeah. It's just so at the beginning of the week it was amazing. My intuition was like through the roof. I wrote a post about this massage that I'd done the next day. My friend said, "You're shining," and then I gave her this massage and I could read the body like a book, all of these different traumas and where they were from and what they're related to, and it was just phenomenal. And then yeah, that's kind of carried on. I haven't done more massages, but the intuition has been amazing. And yeah, I did feel shining at the beginning of the week, and then as it went on, I think Sebastian mentioned something similar. The last few days I've been in this kind of exhaustion phase thing, but it also feels like the illusion of time is collapsing. It seems like everything's happening right no, I'm running from one thing to the next thing to the next thing. Yesterday, what was supposed to be a day of writing, and it got completely, I ended up doing completely different things, getting interviewed for this panel and going to do a session that was supposed to be the day before. And yeah, I mean, it just seems life feels a bit intense, shall we say.
Yeah, I agree. Well, isn't today equinox, and then we had the moon last weekend, so it's all really intense.
Yes.
Thanks, honey. So Lisa, you're on the phone, right? So, how are you?
Yeah, it's been an interesting week. I mean, the first thought I had was on Sunday night, I actually had a really strange dream. And can't remember the whole thing of it, but it was quite vivid. But it was like towards the end, it was like a drug baron was actually chasing me. I was like in the lands and doing God knows what, but the drug baron set a wild tiger on me, and I crouched down and the tiger jumped over me, and then he did it again. And the tiger, I couldn't actually, no, sorry, it wasn't a tiger, it was a lion. And I couldn't actually move out of his way. And he just stood in front of me, and like we put our heads together. And that's when I woke up and I was like, wow, that's like pretty profound. So it was like almost that the drug baron was trying to, to attack me, and the lion was like, no, she's my friend, and we're going to be protecting her. And I was in so much pain, honestly, so much pain, and I had pet sitting to do, and every step I was taking, both hips were absolutely really, really sore. And I just thought, wow, I don't know whether I can do much more walking. And I was getting a little stressed about it. And then I decided that night to not go. I was so exhausted from the whole, I think, experience that I didn't actually go to make myself to bed. I just ended off lying on the sofa downstairs and falling asleep. And the next day, I woke up and I have not had a pain in my hips at all week.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's all gone. But what's been interesting is that obviously this happened with Merlin. And I thought, what's going on there? I was very emotional yesterday. I didn't want to phone the vets in the end, just in case he hadn't come out of sedation. I was really emotional and very teary, and I was like, I can't make the phone call just in case he has passed away during sedation, because they said there was a huge risk because of his breathing. But so somebody else called for me in the end. So I'm not usually so emotional, but I just felt it was like maybe needed for some kind of release.
Right.
But the other significant thing that's happened this week is Thursday, I went to see my mum just briefly, and she came down and said, oh, I think you might not like these. And she gave me about 4 or 5 pictures. And one of them, they were all in like little pouches, like wedding pouches, and they were of her and my real father, who died when I was quite young, and he was a young man, and I don't remember anything about him. And then she gave me a photograph of like a man. You couldn't see his full face, but it was like to the side, and he was holding a baby, which I recognized was me. And I said, is that my dad? And she said, well, who else do you think it would be? And I've never, ever seen any photographs. I've hardly got any photographs. I've got 2 photographs of me dad, and that's it. And I've never, ever seen a photograph of him and me together. And so I thought, this is really weird, because I've been searching for this information for years. And then the very next day, I was in a local cafe sitting next to this woman, and she realized I was washed from this area and born and bred, and she said, what's your surname? And then I said, and I mentioned that family because I'm adopted by my stepfather, so I have a different name. And she went, oh, I know them, and his sister. And I showed her the photographs, and because it was all my ancestors on one of the photographs of the whole wedding party. So all of my dad's ancestors, you know, all of the family was on, and she knew them. She knew them, and she lives, apparently she lives doors away from the aunt who died last year. So I was like,
I think
wow.
it's getting a little involved.
Yeah, so all ancestral, I feel, was coming up. So
Ancestral, sorry.
yeah.
Understand. Okay, so we're going to do the body map at the end just because of the time. So we're going to launch into the work. So the first two corrections are just to set us up. We're going to do the fail safes, and then we're going to do the cosmic processing centers. So I'm going to go straight through them both. Now, I want to tell you something about the Cosmic Processing Center because something came up last week. And Cleona suggested, oh, I won't take it because, and I understand because I had the same thought myself. It's like, why do I want to recycle my own energy to bring back vital force when actually in the corrections, I'm bringing through cosmic energy? And this week, here's the thing about these corrections, and as you work with them, you'll discover more about their uses. Well, this week, I really understood about the Cosmic Processing Center. First of all, the reason you're going to want it is because a few of the corrections use it, and if you don't use it, the correction is not going to take. So that's the first thing. But here's how you can use the Cosmic Processing Center in your daily life. So for me this week, I had a lot of emotional stuff coming up. It was very intense. And I thought, oh, I'm going to send these emotions to the Cosmic Processing Center so that I don't embed them in my own body. And some of the emotions were about this neighbor who was playing really loud boom boom music, and my thoughts towards her were not kind at all. And I thought all of these thoughts around these people who are getting on your nerves, or people who've angered you, or maybe abused you, or any negativity, just send it to the Cosmic Processing Center. And I tell you what, within 5 minutes, I instantly felt better. And after having 2 really heavy days, the next day I was really buoyant, I was really light, and it just changed everything. So the Cosmic Processing Center is your friend and very useful in day-to-day stuff, where it just takes the energy. It doesn't stop you from thinking, bloody hell, that neighbor's playing loud boom boom music, I hate her. It doesn't stop you from having that thought, but it takes the energy of that thought, it cleanses it, and rather than storing this like, oh, I hate my neighbor thing, or I hate this person who's taken my money or whatever, instead of storing that energy in your system, it takes it, it cleanses it, and it just returns pure life force to you. And you should be able to feel it instantly. So it is actually very useful. So I'm just going to go straight through these 2 corrections. So teams, please activate full protection to safeguard the body and being from any energy overloads in any shape or form. Activate an energy regulator to regulate the intake of all energy and regulate all the intensity levels. Please activate a fail-safe and shutdown order if any energy could potentially overload or damage the body and underlying energetic aspects. Please do this multidimensionally to all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes through time and space, and anchor into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. And now we're going to go straight through to Cosmic Processing Center. So teams, please activate the Cosmic Processing Center, including activating all the necessary pathways to and from the Cosmic Processing Center and all the functionality that allows us to release all negative, low-frequency energies and content in any form which are anchored in our bodies and beings, and send them to be cleansed and returned to us as pure vital force to be utilized for this upgrade and for our general benefit. Please do it 100% multidimensionally and anchor into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate, anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay, if you can just test if the Cosmic Processing Center is activated and you have access to it, and if all the fail-safes are in place. Just those 2 corrections. All good? Okay, so our first correction is about the spiritual heart and its ability to breathe. So your spiritual heart is about its ability to breathe and to expand and feel expansive and to feel alive. And your spiritual heart is a core aspect of your spiritual anatomy. And this is going to affect your ability to take in life, breathing in and taking in life, and expanding and going out into life. So it's your spiritual heart breath, sort of, I can breathe in life and I can go out and expand into life. So it really has a big impact on all aspects of your being. So I want you to test, what is your ability to breathe with your spiritual heart? Like what is your ability to breathe with your spiritual heart? And then we're testing what is the quality of your spiritual heart's breath. Okay. We could go into testing everything, whether it's the blocks are coming from the ancestral past life and stuff, but what we're going to do is just put it all in the crystalline matrix. So teams, please place all the possible sources of blockages to our spiritual heart's breath, including ancestral ones, past life ones, any karma, any blockages from the parallels, anything related to genders we've been, races we've been, religious or spiritual blockages, cultural blockages, interference, implants, explants, control grids, psychic attack, mental, emotional, behavioral, and energetic blockages, and anything else. And we're going to open a crystalline matrix and place all the sources of blockages to your spiritual heart's breath and just completely clear and release these, repairing all damage and returning your spiritual heart's breath to optimal functionality, allowing the spiritual heart to breathe in and out fully, easily, openly, and at maximum capacity. So please do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, if you could just now test your ability to breathe through your spiritual heart, and what's the capacity, the quality. So mine's gone from about 90, 85, 90 to about 170. So it's doubled its capacity. How was that? Did anybody feel that? You felt that, Sylvia? You guys felt it? Okay. It's an important one. It's fundamental. So everybody's increased now? Everybody's over 100%? Cool. All right. So continuing with the spiritual heart, we're working on the spiritual heart and its ability to beat in a strong and even way. And the spiritual heart is the fundamental pulse of life as it moves through you. So the spiritual heartbeat relates to spiritual strength, courage, alignment to your truth and your purpose. It's like your energetic core, and it's the rhythm of your soul. So when the spiritual heartbeat is weak, or if it's out of rhythm or misaligned, it's like the pulse of our being is off, and we're off. We're not aligned to life or in rhythm with life. So really, we want the beat of our heart to be beating in rhythm with life. That's ideally what you're looking for. You want it to be beating strong, and that means you're courageous, you're online, and you're in sync with life. It's imagine if you were in a band and the lead drummer, which is life, and he's beating out the drum and you're off. That kind of disharmony, that's what it is. It's that kind of either you're aligned with life, and this is what lines you up with life, or you're that little guy who's like, oh, I missed the beat. You know? Okay, so could you test the quality of your spiritual heartbeat, i.e. the power of it? And actually, I didn't write this on your sheet, but also the alignment to life's pulse. So you can just add that to your sheet if you feel like. So test the quality, that's the power of your beat, whether you've just got a wimpy little beat or whether you've got a nice strong beat, and then whether your beat is aligned to the pulse of life. So quality of my heartbeat. Okay, so my quality of heartbeat is 80, but my alignment is just over 30. Pete, so the one you just put now, was that the last correction, Pete, or was that? Okay, all right, so I'm interested in this one here. So the quality, like the strength of your heart, your spiritual heartbeat, and then the alignment to the greater band, which is life. Okay, so yours is beating strong and you're quite aligned, Marcia. That's good. Debbie, okay, your heartbeat is low and your alignment is lowish. Yeah. Okay, Sebastian 7585, Cleona quality 90, and alignment to the beat of life 40. Yeah, mine is low as well. Celicia 85 and 100. Okay, Christian quality 100, alignment 7. Pete, level of quality spirit 70, alignment to the pulse of life 25. Yeah, low. Mine is low too. But I'm not surprised because things have been a little bumpy in my move and all. But okay, so yeah, it makes sense to you too. Yeah, me too. This should be helpful. Okay, so let's do this correction, guys. Teams, please open a crystalline matrix to clear and remove all blockages to the spiritual heartbeat in any form, including any ancestral blockages, past life blockages, karmic blockages, parallel bleeds, any gender, race, religious, or spiritual or cultural blockages, any interference, any implants, explants, control grids, any psychic attack, any mental, emotional, behavioral limitations, or any other energetic blockages. Please repair all damage and restore optimal functionality. Clear all weakness, all disconnects, all misalignments, and return the spiritual heart to its natural, divine, and cosmic rhythm, allowing it to beat powerfully and evenly in 100% alignment to the power of life itself. Please do this multidimensionally through layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. Activate and anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay, let's test that. Remember to clear your pendulum. Yeah, just clear your pendulum from time to time. Okay, so the quality. Okay, so both have gone up to 150. I feel that that should be something that will create definitely real tangible results. And it's the kind of thing you can use with clients, not just for the body work, obviously, because it's much deeper than just the body work. Okay, you felt that one both now 100 plus. Great. Cool. Pete, you've 70 to 100, 25 to 80. Okay, let me just check while everybody's finishing. Is there some interference? Yeah, there's some interference for Pete, blocking him from getting up to 100. Is it a human? Is it an alien type of interference? Do I need to know more? No, okay. Teams, please come in and clear anything that's interfering with Pete being able to align his spiritual heartbeat to the heartbeat of life. Please clear and delete it now. Send it to 0 point. Okay, activate anchor. Thank you. It's done. All right, clear the pendulum. Yes. Is there any more interference? No. Can you retest now, Pete? It's gone up. Good, good. We don't want to leave that one undone. That's important. Very physical in the face, Cleona. Both got up to 300, 400. Nice. Heartbeat 90. Okay, Angela now 179, alignment 60. Okay. Marsha, are you good? As long as everybody's over 100, you're good? You're over 100 in both calibrations, then I'm happy. Okay. We're all good.
Normal.
Suddenly feel more normal. I hope I feel more normal too. Great. Awesome. Ah, you had some interference, Sebastian. If ever, you know this already, I know, but if ever you don't get 100% after you do a clearing, it's always going to be interference. You might have to dig a little bit around what it is, but yeah. Okay, we've lost Alicia. She's got the phone. Okay, we're now going to do a grid, so get your books out. So here we're unplugging from old paradigm consciousness relating to the body. So we're just going to begin by testing how many old paradigms are we plugged into which hold us in the old body consciousness. Wow, I've got 9.
Paradigm.
I mean, we're all so plugged into old paradigms and stuff, so. Okay, so your grid on the horizontal, going across, first row is going to be blank, because that's for the qualifiers. Next row is going to be for health. Next row is going to be for beauty, radiance, handsomeness. And the next one's going to be for rejuvenation. And just understanding that we're working on the whole body as well. It's not just those 3 aspects, we're working on the whole body. And in the vertical, your first qualifier in the vertical is aging. So the old paradigm of aging. We're going to test if you're plugged into that, and we're going to test at what level. The next one is illness, health issues, health probes. That's the second qualifier. The next one is cancer. The next row down on that first left row is cancer, to see if you're plugged into that cancer paradigm. The next one is like wrinkles and degeneration. The next one is loss of beauty. The next one is loss of vitality, loss of energy. You know, as people age, sometimes some of them have loads of energy and some are like, well, I'm older now, I don't have the energy. The next one is sleep. the paradigm of sleep stuff. The next one is media, kind of being programmed by the media, you know, like this is what the stars look like, whatever. The next one is menopausal. So this is more for women, but sort of loss of radiance, aliveness because of menopausal diminishment. The next one is accidents or damage to the body. If you're in a paradigm of accidents, and then you can make another one, which is just other. There might be some other stuff. So we're just gonna test the levels. Now, when you test the levels, don't spend too much time being overly precise. If it's between 40 and 50, you can write down 40, you know, the exact number is not important. So go ahead and start your testing for the 3 levels. So how much is the paradigm of aging affecting your health, affecting your beauty, affecting your rejuvenation? How much are you plugged into the paradigm of illness? And how much, yeah, you get it. And clear your pendulum.
So, Dominique, I just want to check. Are we asking the question, how much is, for example, the paradigm of sleep affecting my health, beauty, rejuvenation? Is that?
Yeah, exactly. And if you get the other, if the other comes out, see if you can tune in and see what it is. For me, it was related to femininity. So the old paradigm of femininity affecting those three aspects. So for those that have finished, do you guys want to comment on anything interesting come up in the in your discoveries? Like how many paradigms were you connected to? I was connected to 9. Debbie, how was it for you?
I was plugged into 3,
Mm-hmm.
and my health one was the lowest. I wasn't really plugged into that one as much as I thought I was. Rejuvenation was my highest. I was
Okay.
plugged into that one quite high.
So meaning that you're plugged into the old paradigm of rejuvenation, which is that it doesn't really happen much, like it's just a downward.
Yeah, meaning that I was linked to aging and rejuvenation in a big way.
Right, aging.
When you're old, you don't rejuvenate. When you're ill and health, you don't rejuvenate. All that was really high for me. That was a real strong one. But health and aging, I wasn't really linked with.
Okay.
And all those other, the list with health, I wasn't really linked to. That was interesting. So it's more of a state of mind for me than a belief that if you're ill or if you're old, you become ill.
Right, okay.
I wasn't linked to that.
Interesting. Sylvia, what did your grid show up?
I'm very surprised, actually. It showed up as 11 paradigms. And I was like, nah, never, right? So I counted all the individual bits, adds up to 11. So that is the first thing is correct. What surprised me, for example, cancer is 0 all the way across. And I've had 3 cancer operations.
Oh, wow.
And I was supposed to have a 4th one. And I decided, right, I've had it. I've so had it. I don't want to know anymore. This is not me. And I never had that operation. And now it's showing as 0.
Wow.
So that, I mean, it's a long time ago. It was in my 20s. I mean, really long time ago. But that it shows as absolutely like it didn't even exist. That is fantastic for me. Illness is a big one on health and beauty. Loss of vitality is on 50 for health and beauty. Sleep only on rejuvenation, which surprised me. Menopausal health and rejuvenation, and everything else is on other 100%. And when I checked in, it was that old paradigm that my father really believed in. It was masculine strength. You had the strength to withstand anything, and I haven't got it. I just haven't got it. Or I do have, because I have endurance and tenacity, but I don't have the actual physical strength. And I think that's the main issue on this thing.
Okay.
So it surprised me that everything sort of depends on other.
Wow. Okay. Very interesting. Sebastian, are you finished with your grid?
Yeah, some surprises there. I mean, the cancer paradigm was really low, 15 to 20 across the board. So I'm really kind of pleased with that. Illness paradigm, 95% affecting my health. So yeah, 55 for beauty, 50 for rejuvenation. Others are kind of on the lower scale. Sleep 60, 60, 70. So that's one. I mean, I sleep better than ever before generally,
Mhm.
at any point in my life, but there's room for improvement. Yeah.
Well, we won't check in with everybody, but how's everybody doing? Has everybody completed their testing? Because we will just clear and unplug us from these paradigms. This was just for us to kind of understand the subtle energies that go on, what, you know.
Will this unplug us from any paradigms that we haven't identified?
Yeah,
Other,
yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry, just a quick one. Is it, you know, like for cancer, I've not had any myself experiences, but I got, you know, going across 60, 90, 100. But I have known of many people close, all sorts of situations where cancer's been involved.
Well, that's
am
why
I-
you're plugged in.
Yeah,
That's-
because of that. Yeah, because of that influence.
That's why you're plugged into that
Yeah,
collective
makes
paradigm
sense.
cancer. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do the correction. So if you guys just tune in, and let's all visualize opening a crystalline matrix around all of our grids. And all of these grids encompass all the connections, all the links that we have with old paradigm consciousness around the body. So this crystalline matrix is just going to pull all of that out of us. We're just going to unplug from all old paradigms around the body and send all of that content to 0 point. And we're just going to do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space. Activate anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, so we just want to test. Are you now plugged into any old paradigm consciousness around the body? So I'm getting a no. Is everybody getting a no? Yeah. Clear from all those old paradigms. Yeah. So you don't have to go through the whole grid. It's just one calibration. Am I connected to any old paradigms around the body, around any of the aspects of the body? And if it comes up as no, then you're clear. Okay, so I'm going to trust that everybody's good, everybody's clear. Yep. So we're now clearing abuse energy. So I want you to test 3 things. How much abuse energy? So you guys know we're working multidimensionally. So the abuse energy could be inherited abuse. It could be mental abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, sexual abuse, any kind of abuse. And it could be from this lifetime, a past lifetime, a parallel. It could be from ancestors. We're not going to do a whole grid over it. We're just going to take any abuse energy that is affecting. And so we're doing 3 tests. Any abuse energy affecting your health, your beauty, your radiance, and your rejuvenation. And these calibrations are talking about the whole of your body as well. Even though we're parceling it out, we're encompassing the whole of the body. So I've got 40, 80, and 40. 0, 30, and 10. Okay. Hundred, 40, 40, 90. Okay. 60, 90, 90. You got 0 and all. Fantastic. So you've cleared abuse energy in the body. That's great. 60, 90, 50, 60, 60, 55. Christian. 90 and 0. Sleazy, you're there. I can't see where you are, honey, but you're there, so that's good. All right, so shall we do this? Okay, just tuning in. And we're just opening a crystalline matrix, which is going to pull all abuse energy from all sources and all provenance, pulling it right out of the totality of your body and these different aspects of your body, including your health, your beauty, your rejuvenation, all aspects of the body, releasing all abuse energies from all provenance, sending all that energy to 0 point. Okay, and then allowing the body to restructure itself, repair itself. Okay. Doing it multidimensionally for layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes through time and space. Activate and anchor. Thank you. Okay, please test if there's any more abuse energy in your bodies. Zero. Great, me too. 0. Everybody down to 0? Yes? Cool.
I still have 20 on health.
All right, okay. All right, so there's some interference. Okay, teams, please go in, identify the interference that is affecting this correction for Sylvia, and please clear and delete it, send it to 0 point, multidimensionally. Thank you, it's done. Have we released that interference? Yes. Can you check now?
0, thank you.
Awesome. Great. Okay. Even though I calibrated at 0, I felt the clearing in my eyes, shoulders, and womb. Okay. Was that like the shadow of abuse? That's weird. I haven't experienced that before, but it just popped into my head. What would that be? The shadow of abuse? Is it like the memory of abuse? So you've cleared out the principal energy. Is that testing correct for you? I've never experienced that before. So it's like the memory of something is still in there, even though the actual frequency. Maybe that is a correction that we need to add to our repertoires. It's like if the memory of something is there, although probably the memory would affect something very lightly, but the memory of abuse, the memory of wounds, if you guys have the memory of hurts, yeah, imprint, could it be? Well, it would be an imprint, the memory imprinted. Yeah, you know we have that one of ghost imprints, don't we? Didn't we clear that? Was that last week or in the original training? Ghost imprints of the old you that walk around, and we cleared that up so that you're just aligned to the present now moment. So this is almost like ghost imprints of abuse in this case. And how much can ghost imprints lower your frequency? I'm getting 40%. Now that could be for me, maybe for you guys it could lower your frequency more or less, but I'm getting from me a ghost imprint or a memory of something could lower my frequency by 40%, therefore it can have an effect. So actually what this suggests is that in our corrections, when we clear something, we might want to put clear all abuse and all ghost imprints of abuse. Like that might be something that we add to all our corrections. This is the thing about alchemy. It's like a living system, right? So as we explore things, we discover new things. So just through Cleona's feedback, we discovered something new. So it's ghost imprints, or you could call it memory if you preferred. So I now clear all abuse energy and all memories of abuse energy. Or if I'm clearing the trauma of my divorce, I clear the trauma of my divorce and all ghost imprints or memories of my divorce to really clear it up. Does that make sense? So this is just about fine-tuning our work and making sure we're really tidy and go deep. Great one. Thank you for that, Cleona. That's really good. Okay, so we're now doing a slightly longer process called the Eternal Youth process. It allows us to reclaim natural aging, which is a slower aging process. And it allows us to reclaim longevity and greater general vitality, including cellular vitality and general radiance, health radiance, physical empowerment, improved mental focus, clarity, energy, strength, physical power, radical self-healing, self-love, love of your body, and grounding. It also activates a connection to the stars, the universes, the dimensions, and the cosmos, which activates more light, and which then in turn activates higher functionality and, of course, a slower aging process than what humans currently experience. So this process brings dynamic energy to the cells, the organs, the bones, the hormones, and all body systems, allowing them to hold more light. And obviously, the more light we hold, the less stuff we anchor and embody in terms of the shadow, which obviously that is a very strong factor in premature aging and disease. So this creates a higher vibrational container, which can then just naturally activate healing in other parts, other areas of our life, including emotional, mental, behavioral, and energetics. So this is a way of the body reclaiming its power. So it's a slightly longer correction. So if you want to just close your eyes and tune in. So teams, please clear and remove us from all control grids around aging, being middle-aged, being menopausal, feminine aging, masculine aging, physical deterioration, illness, weakness, cancer, disease, degeneration, physical symptoms and blocks, insomnia, poor eyesight, weight issues, wrinkles and sagging, skin deterioration, medical interventions and paradigms, arthritis, dementia, and all other relevant control grids affecting our health, beauty, aging, and vitality. Teams, please clear and remove us from all secondary control grids affecting our bodies, our health, beauty, aging, and vitality. Teams, please clear all shock, all trauma, all conditioning, all influences, all pain, all negativity, all fear, all low frequency thoughts, emotions, and behaviors currently programmed in our system, which affect our health, beauty, aging, vitality, and the body as a whole. Clear our personal paradigm of aging, illness, vitality, lack of vitality, diminished aspects of the body, diminished capacity, health issues, and anything else not mentioned. So these are personal paradigms as opposed to the collective paradigms we just unplugged from. And pull us out of all collective paradigms of aging, illness, degeneration, lack of vitality, and diminished capacity. Please upgrade the level of light in the body consciousness through our subatomic particles, atoms and molecules, our DNA, our cells, all body parts, systems, and functionality. And teams, please activate, upgrade, and embody and anchor the eternal youth frequency into our subatomic particles, atoms, and molecules, our DNA, all body parts, systems, and functionality. Please do this multidimensionally throughout our whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor this work. Thank you, it's done. Can you please test if you got that? And also please test how long it's going to take to integrate. For me, it's going to take 4 days.
Dominique, I got like heart palpitations at the end of that. I mean, I don't have any problems with my heart that I knew of, but that was a bit scary.
Oh, wow. Okay. Was that something to be afraid of? No. Was it a clearing out? Wow, that's interesting.
Clearing, okay.
Do you get that it's a clearing out? Kind of like, I see it as a flutter, kind of clearing out.
Yeah, it is a clearing out. That's what I'm getting. Thank you.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Very
Yeah.
strong. Very
Okay.
strong.
Am I going too fast, guys? We have so many corrections to do. I just I don't want to drag it on if you guys are okay with this pace. Everyone's okay with this pace? Yeah. Good. We're going to break in about 20 minutes, so Pete, what did you get? How are you?
Oh, I got 90 and 6 days integration for
Okay.
100%.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Okay, 6 days integration. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was just going to say, I mean, listening to some of my clients, I mean, they just get scared out of their box by the doctors. And it's like, you know, it's like, oh, well, you know, yeah, we've got this. I mean, like, you know, just very briefly, but I mean, you know, like I've got clients, they are within the normal cholesterol levels, but the doctors still want to give them, you know, anti-cholesterol medication. And then they, you know, they're always kind of making it up. So even when they're actually perfectly healthy, and, you know, I always check with respect to our National Health Service in terms of what the levels should be. And even when I've got clients who are actually within those levels, the doctors will still tell them that there could be something or that they need preventive or they, you know, and I mean, I just see this when you're talking about control grids because I see the effect it has on them. They just feel shit, you know? They just feel absolutely shit, and they no matter how well they eat, no matter what they do, they still come out feeling demoralized and like they are falling to bits. And you know, you know, this is really interesting because I think I'm going to just try and subtly integrate this into some of my work to help them. It's a real problem, at least in the UK, with the way in which many practitioners, don't say this obviously for all doctors, but for many, in my experience as a practitioner, it is astounding, you know.
This week I got a message on my phone saying, please come in for your free flu shot. And then a girlfriend of mine said, oh, they're doing a free cancer screening. Do you want to go? And then go out for lunch. And she's a little bit old paradigm. So I didn't want to say, I don't want anything to do with that old paradigm. Like, I'm good, you know, I don't want to be involved in that energy at all. So yeah, totally get you. Yeah. They really, it's like don't trust your body. Don't trust your body. Don't trust that it's this beautiful machine that knows how to work and knows how to be. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, I don't do screenings or jabs either. Marcia.
Well, it's also, you know, a reinforcement that you can't critically think. You know, there's data out there. You read stuff, but your doctor tells you something else. It's terrible. It's intuition gets diminished, thinking gets diminished.
That's right.
He told me, so I gotta have it.
Exactly. Don't trust yourself. Don't trust
yourself.
Don't trust yourself. Don't trust your body. Don't trust life. Trust us. Trust the big companies. Trust the medical establishment. No. Okay, so really interesting. Right, so next one is interesting. It is about, just going to mute everybody. It is called Sacrificial Body. Here we clear the old template and the old role of the body sacrificing itself for us, for our learning, for our growth, by holding so much density. So, and it sacrifices its well-being to go through physical illness and accidents and traumatic events as part of our human experience so that we can learn. Like I remember when I broke my arm a few years ago, just before I moved to Portugal, I broke it and I tuned into it and it was like, oh wow, you have sacrificed yourself. You were fine, but you sacrificed yourself so that I could become aware that I was sort of pushing too much, and there was some stuff around the feminine as well. And it's like the poor little body shouldn't have to go through that. So the body is kind of programmed like, oh, well, I'm the body. So, okay, I'm going to go through cancer for this person to learn about, the feminine or giving too much or whatever. So we're going to upgrade to a new body identity, which is not responsible for carrying all of that for us. So I want you to test what level is your body sacrificing for you, i.e., at what level are some of your physical issues now or in the past or in the future? At what level is the body basically currently programmed to go through stuff for you? Okay, so Debbie 20, that's a pretty good calibration. Mine is 70. Cleona 60. Russia 40, okay. Sylvia 100, Pete 30, Angela 95. Roland, what have you got? Sebastian's 100 plus. Okay, there you go, hon. Yeah. Christian and Roland, what have you got? And is Celicia still there? Like, is she off screen to the side, maybe? Celicia 35. I don't know why I don't see you, but at least you're there, so that's cool. Okay. And Christian, 78 and 70. Okay, so let's tidy that up so that the body doesn't feel like I need, for her to learn her lessons, I need to take on this physical thing, because through that she will realize that blah, blah, blah. Actually, we're going to program our consciousness so that we can learn our lessons without sacrificing the body. Okay, so let's just tune in. So teams, please clear and delete the old body identity and functionality and habits of sacrifice, self-sacrifice, the body self-sacrificing itself, suffering, carrying a heavy load for us, its host, and all the functionality, habits, and energetics that support this old role, this old identity, and this old way of being. Teams, please upgrade to a new body identity of freedom and lightness, where we, the host, take full responsibility for our learning without imposing it on the body and forcing the body to go through stress, illness, accidents for our learning and growth. Please do this multidimensionally and do this clearing throughout our whole multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, so clearing the pendulum. Is your body holding that old identity and that old role and that old functionality? I'm getting that the body's not doing that now. So that's clear for me. How about you guys? Clear. Great. Pete, clear. Great. Debbie, clear. Cleona, clear. Christian, you guys are clear. Sebastian, clear. Nice one. Sylvia, are you clear? Yeah. Lisa, you clear? Okay, great. Good. Yes, Marcia?
I just got a little message.
What is it?
Kids, I'm not, because I'm the eldest of 9, I'm not supposed to rejuvenate.
Oh,
I'm holding something for all of them.
okay, this is true, yes. What level are you holding it? Almost 100%. Is it a contract that you have with your family? Okay, can we clear this now? Okay, let's clear it now. We'll add in the memories ghosts. So we're going to call in your teams, and the alchemy teams, and the teams of all of us to come in and assist you to kind of clear this programming, clear these contracts, these agreements, these promises, these vows in any shape or form that they've taken with your family in any lifetime or dimension, to not rejuvenate and to hold this and whatever else is involved for your family, so which could prevent you from rejuvenating. So let's completely clear this and all memories or ghost imprints of this patterning and completely zero point it. And let's recode you where you are completely free to rejuvenate in any way you choose. Completely restored your free will and your choice. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay. Can we test? Is that done? Clear my pendulum. Is that done? Seems to be. You guys getting a yes?
Yes. Yeah, I'm getting a yes.
Well, it's good that you
Oh,
called.
thank you.
Good that you called
Totally.
that one. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you.
Awesome.
Dominique, I just want to check whether it's just for me, but there were knots in the clearing that took
Oh.
extra time to clear, and I was told they were miasms.
Okay. All right. There were miasms. Are they clear? No.
Yeah. No? I
No.
got a yes.
Can anybody else test if they're clear? Is my pendulum clear? Yes. Are they completely clear? Are they clear, but there's some ghost imprints of them or something? What are you guys getting? Anyone else getting something? Are they clear, but there's just ghost imprints of them, or? So was this for everybody? No, was this just for you? Leona, what are you getting?
There are miasms, but I didn't get their ghost imprints.
Okay, all right. All right, so within this whole clearing and for the whole group, if there are any miasms in this clearing or anything that is not fully released, let's completely release this. 100% multidimensionally to all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. Maybe 0 point it. Okay. Can we test? If that's all clear now? You getting it's clear now? Getting it's clear now yet? Okay. All right, so next one.
Can you just clarify what is a miasm?
I'm seeing it as a little conjunction of energies. Debbie, can you explain it more eloquently than me? I don't know what the traditional explanation is. I'm seeing a kind of like little, well, you explain it.
I'm not sure. It just feels like a block.
Little clusters of consciousness that are kind of
Yeah,
heat.
almost
Heat.
like
Heat
clots.
People have a more eloquent definition. What is it? No?
I have something.
Okay, Angela.
Some kind of little scarring on the tissue of this memory block or whatever that's happening. It's a kind of a conglomerate, and then it's like a, like we have scarring.
Yeah.
Physical is a sort of like a scar tissue, so to speak.
Okay,
That's
yeah. That's a good one. Pete, what do you think?
So I just looked this up, and what I'm getting here, which this sounds really good. A miasm is an inherited weakness or an underlying predisposition to chronic illness. In other words, a generational susceptibility to an ongoing pattern of disease. Miasms are specific energy frequencies that affect the entire person, and they can affect body systems, emotions, chakras, cells, and cell surfaces.
Wow.
That's
Okay.
a pretty amazing definition. I mean, this is from someone called Jenna Blaze. I don't know her at all, but I just looked this up. I mean, just Googled it, and I think that's pretty interesting.
Very interesting. Totally relevant. So yeah, and I like all of the definitions because we're working, well, it's talking about energy, and the scar tissue was interesting as well. And yeah, diseases, the miasma theory suggested that diseases are produced due to unhealthy or polluted vapors rising from the ground or from decomposed material. All right, and Pete's definition really interesting. Wow. Okay, well,
Dominique, I worked with some doctors that worked with miasms, but they were usually the ones that worked with homeopathy because they followed the Hahnemann principles. And they said that on the miasms, you can actually follow through what the next generation will have as a weakness by going back also. For example, I don't know, eczema. The child is most likely to develop asthma because that's the natural follow-on, but it might go back hundreds of generations to the bubonic plague or any of the VD diseases. You know, it could be any of, and there are specific strains that they follow through and they treat with homeopathic remedies apparently. But I don't know that from my own experience. It's just that I know doctors who work like that.
yeah, the clearing is for future lives and generations, says Silesia. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I got this morning? I went around the house and I cleared it with frankincense, and I called in the hologram for this teaching, and I called in the hologram for us all getting real upgrades. And what I got was that we as a group are opening a portal for humanity to start interacting with the body. It's like we're opening that portal of like, no, the body doesn't have to be done the old way. This is the new way that the body. So we are like pioneers. And, you know, like with every experimental piece of work, we're going to see how it goes. If we missed out anything, what are the results? We're like the test group in a way, but feels very exciting to me. And before we started, I felt this cone of light that we were creating together. Yeah.
I read somewhere that syphilis was, for example, the precursor for a lot of chronic fatigue nowadays.
Okay, interesting. So, okay, before we break, we're gonna work on the original core wound for your body in this lifetime. So this is like the pre-programming, which is exactly what we're talking about. So through generationally, we chose to come into an ancestral line where there's some pre-programming on a physical level, because this generational, this ancestry, these ancestors in this family are going to give me the right kind of body that I need to hold my consciousness for my mission on Earth. However, there'll be an original core wound, and it could be more than one. So we're going to look into that, and you're going to tune in to see what it is. And it might be an original core wound, as in a trauma that you've already experienced, like Sylvia with the cancer, or it may be something that is yet to manifest, and we're going to clear it, or it might be more. So these core wounds could be things like chronic insomnia or back problems, or it could be cancer or diabetes or a tendency to dementia or infertility, or it can be anything. So this wound or this vulnerability, like I said, will be in the blueprint, whether it's shown up already or not, doesn't matter. And so this blockage holds limiting frequencies in consciousness, which need to be released for us to shift the body consciousness. So I'd like you to test. Do you have an original core wound? And if so, how many? Wow, I'm getting 4, so that's quite a lot. So when you're testing, you'll test with your well-known vulnerabilities. You know, you'll run through those first and see, is it this, is it this, is it this? And then there might be something that hasn't yet come to light. Pete, you okay?
6.
6. Were they all already in existence, or was there a latent one? Have you identified them all?
No, I'm just trying to do that. I'm not quite sure where to start.
So some of the core things that I have turned out not to be the core wound. And then my 4th one was not yet there, but it was dementia, which my mother had dementia when she died. So that was a latent one. So two related to short-sightedness, and second, what is
Sorry,
second
sorry.
what is second warlock of home? What is that? I can't hear you, hon. Are you you're muted?
Sorry. It's just autocorrect. It was supposed to say the second was related to the lack of home.
Okay. Second warlock of home. That's a new one. Okay, all right, okay.
Dominique, just quickly, is it can one of them be I know we're talking about the body, so is it literally physical things, or can
Well,
them be something like
I thought it was, but then Cleo's.
I don't know, because it just came into my head. Maybe I have to test it. Is one of them being accidents? Only because
Yes.
in my family, that my mom died for a very extreme accident, car thing.
Did you test it, huh?
Pedestrian.
Accident.
So I don't know. And then I myself, although I didn't, I was all right. You know, I was knocked down by a car, a fractured skull when I was 19.
Okay, there you
I've had,
But-
you know, these kind of situations.
But Angela,
I don't know.
does it test?
Oh, I'll test now. This one of them. Yes, it does. Yes.
There you go. So how's everybody? Has everybody got their list? So mine were bone density, nervous system, digestion, and there was one which was latent, which was dementia. Which obviously I'm very glad to kind of clear that one. All of them, really. Debbie, what did you get?
Very strange, really. The first one was not being seen, having no voice. I couldn't understand that because it doesn't really fit in with the body. The other one was fear. I don't know what the fear relates to, but it's holding fear 100% for something at a visceral level. So that's very physical. I don't know where that is. But health issues, it doesn't link with the health issue. So I'm not sure about that. And the third one, it's not showing itself.
The third one is not revealing itself? Oh, so it's a latent one. It hasn't shown up yet. But have you been able to tune into what it is?
No.
Okay, all right, well, we'll clear it anyway. Christian, how are you guys? Did you get your wounds?
There were 4.
4. Did you identify them?
Only one I could find. That was with the spine.
The spine, okay.
Yeah.
And did you go through any of your other little body niggles and check them and see if they were the thing?
Oh, no, I haven't done that.
So if you have any body stuff like digestion, nervous system, sleep, check those to see if those are them. Roland, how was yours? Are you guys having the same? Are you both parallel?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You are. That's amazing. You guys are so connected. Oh, right. Okay. So that's interesting. Cleona's one is about the home, which really is about the body, because the home is like the protective shell of the body, isn't it? It's the outer shell of the body. So it does affect the body hugely. If you don't have a home, the body is affected. Marcia, did you clarify what yours were? You got them.
The potentiality was cancer.
Well, great.
Though it didn't, it turned up in health, but 0 in beauty and 0 in rejuvenation. So, you know, I'm wondering if it's also a paradigm. There was a lot in my family. It's really interesting, the potential connections here.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. Are we ready to?
I've just got a quick one here, but I really want to, if I may, just mention
Yeah,
this.
please do.
I mean, I just tested something that's come up. I mean, before, I mean, I love listening to Wagner, the Amfortas wound. And it comes up in the opera Parsifal, and I'm just checking this out here. It is it's actually the wound of sin.
The wound of sin. What is that?
And the reason, and it's linked to, it's a wound that will not heal because of a sort of, it's the unpardonable sin. I mean, this, I reckon this resonates with my, education and upbringing. I mean, we were all brought up and the wrath of God, and we were all imperfect, and that just makes so much sense as being something that has weighed down, because it was also about that the body is bad. And then not only are you miserable, not only are you a sinner, but you are going to suffer for it. I mean, it's the absolute, the Scottish Episcopal, will get the down there, sinner. I mean, it's extraordinary, that kind of thing. I mean, I really did grow up with preachers like that. It was just, you just felt so miserable in the end. It was heartbreaking.
So did that come up for you?
Yeah.
Can you guys just test the levels of what's the levels of these wounds? And while you're saying that, what I'm thinking is that wound of sin, which some of us might not have as like a primary control grid, you would if you were raised in the church. But I think a lot of us have it as a secondary control grid. It's like watered down, but it's there in our consciousness.
Yeah.
So I'm going to add that in, clearing that as a primary and secondary. Well, in this case, we're not talking about control grids. We're talking about core wounds, but we'll add that in or do it as a separate. So did you get some levels on the your different core wounds?
Yes.
All right. Okay, let's clear it. Okay, so calling in the specialist teams. Please clear and release our original core wounds, including all coding, all content, all shock and trauma, all pain, all damage, all conditioning, all beliefs, all emotional patterns, all behaviors, all limiting identities that are aligned to those core wounds, all internal mechanisms, and anything that supports or maintains these original core wounds we've identified. Please clear all the effects and expressions of these wounds, all the way to origin point and original intention. And do this backwards and forwards in time through all directions and dimensions of time. Please clear throughout the totality of our multidimensional matrix, sending all of this content to 0 point to be repurposed as light. And teams, please restructure the totality of our multidimensional matrices with the highest light frequencies, restructuring all affected areas to embody and live our new body template. Please do this multidimensionally through our whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. And I'd like to just go in and clear all primary and secondary control grids of the wound of sin that we've just been discussing. Wherever we're plugged into that paradigm, those control grids, and that old worldview, we now cut those ties, cut those cords, remove those hooks, anchors, implants, imprints, crystals, and geometries, and anything that binds us to that whole paradigm, control grid, old worldview of original sin, of sin which can't be cleansed, and all of those belief systems and all of those energies we completely release and disconnect from. We do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes. And we do it through a whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor, thank you, it's done. Oof. Okay, so please check if you're still in any way connected to those core wounds, whether you had fully identified them or even not. And also check if you are connected in any way to the wound of sin and that whole belief system and paradigm, even as a primary or secondary control grid. How's everybody? Those core wounds, we clear with them?
Yeah.
Yeah. And the wound of sin, clear? How are you guys feeling? Are you any energies running in the body? Go ahead, Marsha.
Lighter. I'm much lighter and tired. Same thing. Like, shoo.
Very cold, but now lifted. More energy. I'm feeling a whole buzzing energy in my body. Pete, thank you so much for that. That original sin there. Wonderful to clear that. It's amazing. Lighter indeed. Okay.
I have a question, please.
Yeah.
I all of a sudden feel kind of depressed, and
Oh,
I was checking into it. Why? Because I normally feel really lighthearted, but this is really getting to me. And the message is that I'm just not 100% safe ever. And I don't want to believe it, but it seems to sit really deep in the tissue.
okay. All right. Just write that down. Not 100% safe. Okay. Do I need to do a correction quickly for everybody? Yeah. Okay, I'll do that and then we'll take our break. So let's call in all of our alchemy teams, all of our teams, the Time Lords of the New Age, and all the specialist teams who are doing this work with us. And let's activate a deep inner knowing and embodiment and alignment to our natural, true and authentic and innate safety. That we are safe, that life is safe, the world is safe, the body is safe, this process is safe. And that we know how to live safely and be safe and feel safe. Let's do this 100% multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. Anchoring into a whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay. Can you just check if that correction took for you around safety? This is interesting because as we're working with as a collective, one person will pull out, oh, Pete pulls out the original sin and you pull out the safety. Yes, that's right, Pete. Yeah, okay, most were not directly to the body, but they're anchored in the body, so. Okay, so it's 56, so what should we take, is it 15 minutes? No, we can take 20 minutes. So that's come back at 16 or 15, come back at 15 past 4. So just, yeah, have a little food, cup of tea, have a pee. I'll mute and I'll see you guys in 20 minutes, 15:15. Okay, guys, we have 20 corrections to go to complete the day, if possible. The next one is a body power disconnect. So here we reconnect your body to its natural power source. This is a lot like the correction we did in general. This is about your body's connection to source power. So I'd like you to test. So your body may be drawing energy from false power sources. If you're not connected to source, if the body's not connected to source, you might be drawing it from chocolate or food. Food would be a big one. So is your body 100? What is the level of your body's connection to source power? That is the question we're asking. What is the body's level of connection to source power? Ideally, we want it to be 100. And clear your pendulums always. And then, if your body is not fully connected, test how many false power sources and identify. Was anybody fully connected? Was anybody's body fully? Yours is fully connected. Cleona? Sylvia, yours is already fully connected? 100%? Boom. Okay, let me just do this correction. Only 40. Yeah. Okay, let's do this correction. Teams, please disconnect our body from all false power sources and reconnect our body and all its aspects and expressions to 100% natural power source, which is source creation. Please do this multidimensionally throughout our whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. Celicia, welcome back. We've just been reconnecting the body to source power. So I'm just going to retrospectively do this correction for you. And can you just check, and everybody check, are you 100% plugged into source power? Is your body 100% connected to source power? And are you plugged into any false power sources like chocolate or whatever? Everyone good? All fine now? Good. All good? Plugged in? Yeah. Angela? Great. Okay, the next one is about our fully radiant circuits. So here we're looking at fully optimizing your radiant circuits. These are known by traditional Chinese medicine practitioners as the extraordinary meridians, and they move energy around the body. And they're about joy, and they support strength, resilience, spontaneous healing, and vitality in the body. And beyond doing repair work, they are the primary energies in exhilaration, falling in love, orgasm, hope, gratitude, rapture, and spiritual ecstasy. So all the body's energy systems are linked through them. And unlike the meridians, which follow established routes, these ones can jump to wherever they need it. They have their own intelligence. So, yeah, they're very spiritual. But you guys, Debbie and Pete, you must know about them. Anyway, we want to test the level of functionality of our radiant circuits. These are quite magical circuits. So please test the functionality of your radiant circuits. Are they at the level of functionality? So mine are coming up at 40%. What kind of levels are you guys getting? 50, yeah. Over 100, 35 and 10, okay. $65, Sebastian. Okay, let's just do this correction. So teams, please optimize our radiant circuits to function at 100% of power and functionality, and allow them to install strength, resilience, spontaneous healing, and vitality in the body. Please allow them to work to repair the body and energy systems and support happiness, well-being, exhilaration, falling in love, beauty, rejuvenation, sexuality, orgasm, hope, gratitude, rapture, and spiritual ecstasy, and all the other gifts they bring us. Please allow our radiant circuits to support us to develop greater intuition and connection with source energy. Teams, please activate this upgrade and allow the radiant circuits to feed themselves, keeping themselves permanently at the highest level of functionality within the system. And please do this 100% multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space, anchoring into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you, it's done. Okay, how's everybody? Mine's gone from 40 to 160. Everybody good? Over 100? Okay. So we are now going to do a grid. And this grid is about our armoring, different levels of armoring that we are carrying energetically. So on your horizontal line, as always, our first line is empty. Our column on the left, the qualifiers, is empty. And then we've got health, beauty, rejuvenation, with an understanding that we're working on the whole of the body. We're not just focusing on these three areas. The whole of the body is involved. But we're going to look at this armoring and see, A, if we have this kind of armoring and at what levels it's affecting these areas. So if you are ready to put the qualifiers, the first one is full body armoring. So armoring is like a shield. So we're using vital force to shield us from life, basically. So vital force, which could be creating beauty, which could be creating health, which could be creating relationship, money, whatever, is actually creating armoring to protect us from life, to shield us from life. So the first would be a full body armor. So you're going to be testing, do I have it? What level do I have it? So so unlike the other grids, you're going to also test, A, do I have it and what level I have it? And if you have it, then test how much it's affecting health, radiance, and rejuvenation. I'll talk you through it. The next level is on your chart is going to be heart armoring, armoring around your heart. The next armoring is going to be around your spine. The next armoring is around your mind, armoring around your mind, shielding your mind from the world. The next armoring is around your cells. So that would be that each cell would have a little bit of armoring. The next one is sexual armoring. So armoring your sexual body parts to protect yourself. The next one is lungs, armoring around your lungs. The next one is armoring around your belly. Your shoulders. And the last one is your extremities, which is your hands and feet. Okay. Do we want to fill out the whole grid? Yeah. Okay. So let's go through it together. So let's start with the full body. So first question is, do I have full body armoring? So clearing your pendulum. Do I have full body armoring? And if it's a yes, just test what level. And in that first box where full body is written, just put the overall level. And then you can go ahead and test how much is that full body armoring limiting your health or affecting your health in a low frequency way, affecting your beauty, affecting your rejuvenation in a low frequency way. When you've got that, you're going to test if you have heart armoring. And if you do have heart armoring, you're going to test at what level overall. And then you'll run through the 3 different aspects to see how much that heart armoring is affecting your health, how much it's affecting your radiance, and how much it's affecting your rejuvenation, obviously in a negative way. Or an unhelpful way, let's say. And then you can test if you have armoring on your spine. And if you do, test the overall level. And then check the 3 different aspects, health, radiance, and rejuvenation, to see how much that's affecting it. And then you just go through the grid that way, checking if there's any armoring on your mind, armoring on your cells. And sexual armoring, how much sexual armoring? In the lungs. Belly. Shoulders. My strongest armoring was in my belly. It had 100% effect on my health and my rejuvenation. Anyone else had some interesting discoveries? Marcia?
Yeah, highest scores were full body armor. Okay. 70, 80%, 60 across.
Mhm.
But I have this is a question. I have low I have five categories where there's no armoring whatsoever.
Mhm.
And yet it all seems to be based in full, and yet the numbers are not high. You know, it's like 40 in shoulders all the way across, 30, 40, 40 under heart.
Mhm.
Not
Well, full body armoring is this separate kind of a shield.
okay.
It's not the sum of all the smaller armors. It's its own container. It's its own kind of
Oh, okay.
it's its
Okay.
own kind of energy field. Debbie,
Okay.
how was yours? Were they very low for you?
Health across everything was 100%, and there was no armor across anything,
You had no armor at all.
which was really strange. I'm not an ill person. I'm very active, but it still surprised me. I'm not ill, so I suppose that's right.
But you said
I don't know.
you got
Well,
100,
there was nothing.
nothing. Amazing.
Health, yeah. So overall health, and then armor in as overall there was nothing, and then health, beauty, rejuvenation, there was nothing across all of them.
So you had no armors whatsoever.
No.
Amazing. Amazing. Anybody else have no armors at all?
I just had a couple with no armors at spine and hands and feet for nothing. But the
Okay.
others were all quite, lungs was quite high and belly was high.
Yeah, belly.
Lungs and belly, yeah.
Okay, I'm going to clear it now. So teams, please open a crystalline matrix to clear and delete all full body armoring, heart armoring, spine armoring, mind armoring, cellular armoring, sexual armoring, lungs armoring, belly armoring, shoulder armoring, and extremities armoring, and any other armoring that we may be holding. Please do this multidimensionally. So send all that consciousness to 0 point and clear this multidimensionally through our whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, let's do just a quick little check. Great, that seems all gone. Chris, so your body, your armor's gone? All gone? Everybody clear?
Yes, it's all gone now.
Great. Okay, now we're going to clear buildup of stress and toxins in the cells and connective tissue. So here we're going to clear all the accumulated stress and toxins held in cells and connective tissues. So this is about day-to-day stress that doesn't get fully processed. Could be mental stress, emotional stress, physical toxins, and the knock-on effect of a busy life. Let me just mute you guys. There we go. So we're going to clear up the buildup in the body, but we'll also create gateways and flow-through systems that will allow the stress, future stress, to move through the system rather than being stored in the body. So these gateways will allow the stress experienced by everyone in life, in our day-to-day life, to be processed at the cosmic level and transformed into cosmic light. Okay, so can you just test level of stress in your cells? Level of stress in your connective tissues. Toxins in the cells? Toxicity in the connective tissues? And just general blockages. So that's stress in the cells, stress in the tissues, toxins in the cells, toxins in the tissues, and blockages in the body. Okay, I'm going to go and clear this. So teams, please dissolve and remove all stress, toxicity, and blockages accumulated in the cells and connective tissues, removing all mental, emotional, and energetic stress, and all forms of toxins, and clearing all blockages coming from these sources. Please remove all habits or functionality of the cells and connective tissues to hold stress or store stress. Please create, activate, and open unique gateways and flow-through systems which allow all the stress of life to move straight out of the body and systems without settling into the cells, connective tissue, fascia, or the body, or any part of our multidimensional matrix in any way. Please permanently create pathways that automatically direct all stress to the cosmic processing center, which will process and repurpose all these old energies and transform them into vital force which comes back to us, assisting us in healing and expressing the highest level of health, rejuvenation, beauty, relaxation, and ease. Please do this multidimensionally throughout our whole multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, please retest level of stress in the cells, connective tissues, toxins in the cells, toxins in the connective tissues, and blockages. I'll repeat that. Stress in the cells, stress in the connective tissues, toxins in the cells, toxins in the connective tissues, and overall blockages of this nature. Are we good? Are you feeling rushed? Am I going too fast? A little too.
Dominic, can I say something? As that was clearing, I had no armoring, but I had stress and toxins in the cells, which was really interesting. And as it cleared, it felt like there was energy going round and round and round, fast, really fast at first. As it cleared, it went slower and slower and slower.
Wow, very interesting. That's interesting. Sylvia, how are you? Are you okay now? Did you clear, Sylvia?
I still have some toxicity in my connective tissue, and I can taste it because it's like steroids and that type of toxicity. It's at 50%, but I think it's still clearing, but it's very slow. The first 50% cleared very quickly.
Oh, right. So is there any interference? No. Does it just need more time to clear? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Well spotted. Everyone else is clear? Okay, so this is an interesting one, and this is about the cosmic, divine, and sacred sparks. So we're looking at a very deep upgrade, which will radically upgrade your cells, your body, and your connection to life itself. So we're going to work holographically so that we're going to install these cosmic, divine, and sacred sparks not only in the cells, but in the whole of us. So let me explain what they are. When we're just talking about the cells at birth usually hold the coding for higher aspects of life. So this allows the body to hold higher light and frequencies and make it physical beyond the physical. It creates a link. So the sacred spark is the essence of life itself, anchored in the human cell. But this sacred spark, it can also be in your, and this I discovered this when working with Debbie this week, we discovered that it can also be in a life area. So you can have the sacred spark in your money, for example. So the sacred spark is the essence of life anchored, in this case, in the human cell, but we are going to do it for the whole matrix, so all, even the externals. So that's the sacred spark. The divine spark is the essence of creator anchored in the human cell. And the cosmic spark is the essence of the cosmos anchored in the human cell. So just keeping in mind that these three little sparks of these higher dimensions, so when we hold these energies in ourselves, we align to our sacred blueprint, our divine nature, and our cosmic identity. And so consciously or unconsciously, when we're aligned to these higher levels of reality, the body and health and beauty, all of that's going to happen very, very differently. So we are normally born with those aspects fully embedded, like we're born with it at 100%, but we're going to check that. But then when you go through trauma and you go through life, they usually got knocked out. And so we're going to do this correction. Originally, I had the correction just for the body, just to upgrade the cells, the cellular vitality. But then when I worked on Debbie and we noticed it was needed for a specific life area, I was like, oh, let's work on it for all areas. So bringing that sacred spark, that divine spark, and that cosmic spark to your money, to your relationships, to your home, to all aspects. Okay, so here's the testing. The sacred spark, which is your connection to life. Please test your level at birth. And we're talking about, let me just see, are we talking about overall level? No, we're going to focus on the level of connection of this sacred spark, which is the essence of life in your cells. So we're just going to, the calibrations are just going to be for your cells. How much of this sacred spark was in your cells when you were born, and then test how much is that sacred spark still vibrating in your cells now. So when I was born, it was about 160, but now it is at 30. And I have upped it before, so when you go through trauma, it can knock it down. So actually, this is a good correction to do. This correction, to do it holographically for the whole matrix, would be great for anybody, because we will lose this. We will lose these connections to the higher dimensions. So these are anchor points for the higher dimensions. Now, please test your divine spark, which is your connection to creator, to source creation. Test your divine spark in the cells, your level at birth, and your level now. Okay, mine was at 160 at birth, and now it's 0. So again, I've done this before, but it's gotten knocked out, probably through the move and stresses and stuff. So, you know, you could do this like once a week, just to keep you super plugged in. And once that's done, your cosmic spark, so this is your connection to the cosmos, which is the highest frequency of light. So test your level of birth, at birth, how much of this cosmic spark was in your cells when you were born, and how much is that there now? So I was again 160, which seems to be the level, but it's a 0 now.
Sorry, what was the third one, please, Dominique?
The cosmic spark, which is your connection, how you anchor the connection to the cosmos. Level at birth within your cells and your level now. Debbie, what are your levels like?
They're all 100% plus.
Wow. Very
Yeah.
good. Very good.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay, so I'm going to do the correction now. So teams, please reignite the sacred spark, the divine spark, and the cosmic spark within all aspects of our bodies and our beings, our cells, every body part, every body system, every body function, and every aspect of our multidimensional matrix in triple aspects, and activate them 100% multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, let's just test and see if we're all at 100 or more. So we're testing for the cells. So your sacred spark in your cells, how much is it now? So it's gone up to 160 for me, which is what I incarnated with. Sacred spark, connection to life. Divine spark, connection to the divine. And cosmic spark, connection to the cosmos. How's everybody? Everybody hit 100? Yeah. No. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to clear cellular shock and trauma. So you guys know this well. Shock and trauma can be all sorts of experiences like losses and divorces and breakups and accidents and death and financial struggles and moves, and even smaller experiences like an argument or a bad review or a disappointment. And we also carry inherited, unhealed shock and trauma from our ancestors, past lives, and parallel selves. So this is a deep correction where we're going to release this multidimensional shock and trauma held in the cells. So these painful events can be imprinted onto the cells, which obviously affect their vitality, their power, and their functionality, which affects everything. So just do those two tests. What is the level of shock in your cells and the level of trauma in the cells? Debbie, have you got any?
100 and 100 plus.
Oh, all right. This is so interesting how one aspect can be completely sorted and then another aspect can be something else, right?
Yeah, because you think you're clearing one thing, that it would also clear the cells relating to something else, but it doesn't. It's really fascinating.
It's very intricate, the human system.
And I think it's what we were saying before, you can't clear everything because our bodies aren't ready or we're not asking it.
Okay. Everyone okay to go? Yeah.
Why would the level go up when I measure again?
Were you measuring properly the first time or the second time?
Well, I cleared the pendulum again and I got the same.
And you got a higher level the second time?
Yes, yeah.
Maybe it's just uncovered a bit more or something, or gone a bit deeper.
Uh-huh. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm
Yeah.
not, that's my guess, but okay, let's clear it and see how we go. So again, this is one, yeah, anyway, so teams, please dissolve and remove all shock and trauma held in the cells coming from this life, past lives, parallel lives, ancestral inheritance, and any other provenance. Please create, activate, and open unique gateways and flow-through systems which allow all shock and trauma to move straight out of our bodies and systems without settling into the body or affecting the body or any part of our multidimensional matrix. Please direct all shock and trauma, future shock and trauma, to the Cosmic Processing Center, which will process and repurpose all these old energies and transform them into vital force, which comes back to us to assist us in healing and expressing the highest level of health, rejuvenation, and beauty. Please do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes, through time and space. And anchor this into our multidimensional matrix. Activate and anchor. Thank you. So please test if you still have shock in your cells, trauma in your cells, and if your pathways to the Cosmic Recycling Center are activated, just for future experiences of life, because obviously life is always gonna, there's always gonna be some challenging experiences which might create shock and trauma. So we don't just want to clear it once and then next week we're back carrying more stuff. So. Great, Pete, 00. And you're connected to the Cosmic Processing Center. It's going there. I'm also 00 now. Getting ripples of energy moving through the body. 00, great, yes. Yeah, Sebastian 00, Marsha 00, okay. Everyone's good with this one? Cool. Connected, fantastic. Okay. Is everybody okay with the pace? Yeah. We're going to work with our higher self. So our higher self has deep wisdom and understanding, and it's the part of us that works for our highest good. So here we're looking at our connection to our higher self, which when we're connected to this part of ourselves, we're really guided, inspired, and supported in how we create our body in all aspects. We instinctively know what feels right. We feel comfortable in our own skin. We're happy being ourselves. And the higher self helps us come from the heart and make choices from that place. And when the heart shines through, we do naturally emit beauty and authenticity. So please check your connection to your higher self at birth and your connection to your higher self now. Okay, mine is the same, 160, 160. Is anybody knocked down a bit? You're good, Debbie? Yours is the same as when you came in. Good. Marsha, You came in at 70 and you've gone up to 100. Sebastian, you came in at 60 and you've gone up to 95. Wow. Excellent. Same with you, Cleona. Wow. Interesting. Almost 0 at birth and now 80. Wow. Everybody's gone up. And 0 at birth is unusual. So when you guys, so you know, this correction might not be so much for us. It might be for when you work with clients and stuff. But we're just gonna do it. Angela, okay, so it's gone up. Everybody's gone up. Wow. Well, I'm just gonna do it quickly, just to tweak us up a little bit. So teams, please activate a full power connection to our higher self in all areas. Please do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space, and anchor it into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay, you can test your levels if you want. Pete was 100 and 100, great. Looks like this group is, if anybody was just a little under 100, just check and see if you've gone up. But this is maybe a correction more for your clients or just a slight tweak. Okay, so the next one is about high quality, energetic self-esteem, which enables us to feel good about ourselves, to have a positive attitude towards ourselves, and it energizes the whole body and helps us to release stress from daily life. So this is about self-love, self-appreciation, and knowing your true worth. So here we're looking at enhancing our self-esteem on an energetic level. So can you test your level of energetic self-esteem? Okay, so it's 90, so we can get it a little higher. What have you guys got? 80, 90, 50, okay. 65, 30. It's unusual for you, so I'm gonna get it up. Okay, so let's do it. Teams, please clear anything which blocks a full power connection to our energetic self-esteem, self-love, self-appreciation, and knowing our true worth. Please do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space, and anchor this into the totality of our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay. Checking your self-esteem, energetic self-esteem. Okay, 90, now it's gone to 150. Keeping in mind everyone's calibrations are always different from each other. It's because we're different people. $50 to $100, brilliant. Sebastian, 100. Everybody hit 100? Great. Lots of visions with that one. Okay. Wow. Great one. So the next one is wisdom of nature and our inner wisdom. So this is the ability to draw on the wisdom of nature and our own inner wisdom in all matters of self-care and nutrition. I guess this is the opposition of being plugged into like the medical paradigm or something. This is coming back to ourselves and our inner knowing and the wisdom of nature. So real food and natural products are nourishing for the body and they make the body feel good. And unnatural food and products are toxic and not supportive for the body. So when we can take care of ourselves, drawing on natural resources, we feel grounded and whole, and we start to enjoy taking care of ourselves. It becomes an act of self-love, and this aligns us to the natural world. So you're going to test your level of alignment to the wisdom of nature and your level of alignment to your own inner wisdom. So 1 is the wisdom of nature, and 2 is your own inner wisdom. Wow, so I'm connected to my own inner wisdom, but not to the wisdom of nature. Okay. Okay. Okay, great. So teams, please align our consciousness with the wisdom of nature and our own natural inner wisdom. 100% multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space. And please anchor this into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Let's just retest. So Debbie, you still feeling the last one going, huh? Okay, so am I plugged into the wisdom of nature? Yes. Am I on inner wisdom? Yes. Is everybody 100? Yeah? Theo is yes? Good. Anybody not 100? Marcia, have you got which one is it?
It's wisdom of nature. I'm at 90.
Okay, is there some interference? No. Is it just going to take a little while to integrate? No. Is there a blockage? Yes. Blockage coming from within you. Is it a belief? Yes. Okay. Do I need to know what it is? No. Okay. Teams, please go into Marcia's system and clear all beliefs that block her ability to connect to the wisdom of nature. Please 0 point that and allow her to have full connection with the wisdom of nature. Activate and anchor. Think it's done. Is that how are you doing there? Is it come up? Yeah.
Feels like it.
Okay. And has it come up? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. Thank you.
Is everybody okay, or is it we just whiz through these corrections? This next one is about the connection between your mind and your body. A lot of us are not fully connected. There can be a separation between the mind or the head and the body. So obviously, when we are connected, there's a sense of inner harmony. We make healthier choices. We feel more whole. And we instinctively know how to nurture our body and give it what it needs. So please test the level of your mind-body connection. Is it fully connected, or is there some level of disconnect? Cleo, 0, you're not connected. No. Okay. Debbie, fully connected. I'm fully connected. Marcia, 60% connection. Okay. Sebastian, 85% connection. Chris and Roland, what have you got? Angela, 75. Fully connected, both of you? Great. Pete, 100%. Okay, let's just do this quickly. Teams, please clear anything that blocks our mind-body connection. And please upgrade the connection between our mind and our body to 100%, multidimensionally, through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space. Please activate and anchor this into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate, anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay. Anybody who didn't have 100% connection, please retest. Chris, you guys, it's probably because you guys go and do all that work outside in nature, isn't it? Yeah. Is everybody at 100% mind-body connection? Is everybody feeling Cleo? You good? 100%. Okay. Everybody feeling okay?
Mm.
Nobody's too overloaded or anything? Energetically, we're all good? Keep in mind, we've regulated these corrections to not overload you. We've done that at the start. So we should be okay. Okay, now comes the freedom from unfinished life experiences. So this will clear undigested life experiences in the system that have not been fully processed or resolved. Conflicts with other people, disappointment, loss, trauma, death, failures, and other events that affect all aspects of the body and being. So we carry the emotion of these unfinished life experiences in our body and our cells. And it takes a lot of energy for the body to carry this load. And that's energy that's not available for creating our health and our life and our money and our relationships and all of that. So we're going to release what you've been holding on to. So please test the level of undigested life experiences affecting the body. Mine is 35. Debbie, what have you got?
Mine's up there in the hundreds.
Is it? Isn't it amazing how some of your calibrations, you don't even need to do them, and then some of them are kind of, you do. Okay. Marcia, undigested life experiences?
50.
50, okay. Cleo? Oh, okay, you've put it in 90. I'm sorry, I wasn't looking at the 50, 70. Christian, Sebastian, 95, Sylvia, 400. Okay, so this is a good one, 100 plus, okay. All right, so let's do it. Teams, please clear, cancel, dissolve, and delete all undigested life experiences in the system that have not been fully processed or resolved, including conflicts, challenges, stresses, traumas, issues with people, disappointment, loss, failure, and other events that affect all aspects of our body and being. Please send them to the Cosmic Processing Center and bring back a flow of vital force to benefit all aspects of our body and being. And please keep that flow going for any future experiences which might have a tendency to not get processed, allowing all these challenging experiences to go automatically to the Cosmic Processing Center and return to us as a flow of vital force, which benefits all aspects of our body and being. Please do this multidimensionally and anchor this into our multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done.
Dominic, can I say something?
Yeah.
I feel that energy going up as it clears, but this time I got shown a loaf of bread and it was being kneaded and I could feel it in my energy. And then it was shown a loaf of bread rising. So my energy was then rising and becoming fuller.
Wow.
Which is really weird, but it tags on to that session that we had.
Wow. Okay. Amazing. How's everyone doing? Have those life experiences, undigested life experiences, have they been cleared? Sylvia, 400, is that clear? Pete's cleared to 0. Hang on. Mine just started at 30, gradually went to 100. Oh, okay, clear to 0. Marcia's clear, Sebastian's clear, great. Angela, clear? Christian, clear for both? Clearing still, Debbie clear. Okay, good. Everybody okay to keep going? Yep, okay. This is about aspects of your beauty and your radiance. So we're looking at creating a greater connection to the part of your authentic self, which relates to beauty. And this part of you brings through your unique expression. So this is for men and women. So everyone has a different way of expressing beauty. So some might express it through playfulness. or sportiness or creativity or connection to nature. So it's about authentic beauty coming through. It's not about anything that relates to media or anything like all of that whole paradigm. It's not about features and age. It's about, wow, this person is radiant. Look at this playfulness. How playful and how beautiful their playfulness is. Or their smile is really radiant. Or their eyes are really deep or something. Or their intelligence is really beautiful. Or their knowledge is really beautiful. Creates, when this person expresses their knowledge, it really radiates as like attractiveness. And that is very inviting for people. It allows people to kind of really see who we truly are and to really be, beauty is really like, if you look at a flower, it's really nourishing. And when somebody expresses their authentic beauty through their true self, it's really like, wow, this person really jazzes me up. Like, isn't it fun to see this person's playfulness, and how beautiful is that? So it's that, basically. So please test your connection to the part of your authentic self which relates to beauty. We're not testing your beauty. It's about how much your authentic self expresses itself through your beauty. Your connection to that authentic self. So it's like your playfulness or your spirituality. It's like, can be, oh, this person's so spiritual, or this person's so connected to nature. And when they really shine, when that part of themselves is connected to their beauty. So what is your connection to that part of yourself that really radiates, the authentic self that, let's see, am I expressing this correctly? No. Is it the connection between your authentic self and your beauty? That's what we're sorry. The connection between your authentic self and your beauty, which will tell us how much your authentic self is radiating through your beauty. Okay. Minus 40%. Okay. So that would be conditioning and trying to look attractive in a old paradigm way, according to old paradigm standards, instead of radiating the authentic beauty. What kind of levels have you got? Christian, more than 100. Wow. Okay. Cleo, over 100. Marcia, 70. Sebastian, 60. Debbie, 100. Okay. Pete, 100. Okay, so let me just do this quickly. So teams, please upgrade our connection to the part of our authentic self which creates our beauty. Please allow that part to fully express itself as our radiance, handsomeness, and beauty. Please do this 100% and anchor this multidimensionally and anchor this into our multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate, anchor, thank you, it's done. Okay, so just retest. Okay, that's coming up at 150. Everyone good? Just give me a thumbs up if you are.
Yeah.
Okay. The next one is cellular gratitude. So gratitude is obviously very expansive. And when we appreciate ourselves and our bodies and our lives, it transforms our whole experience and anchors us deeply into our hearts. We become aware of the richness of our lives. So it's a very attractive state of being which draws in more positive experiences and opportunities. And when we embody gratitude on a cellular level, it benefits the whole body, creating radiance in all parts of the body and our features as well as our skin, and we glow with positivity. So please test the level of cellular gratitude at birth and now. So cellular level at gratitude at birth. And now, oh wow, it's totally knocked out. So, cellular gratitude at birth, 0 to 100. From 100, drop to 25. Sylvia, 100, okay. Christians, drop down. Debbie, 100, gone down to 90. Roland dropped as well. Marsha, 60, 70. Sebastian, 60 to 95. Okay, let's do this. 195 down to 80. Okay. Teams, please upgrade our cellular gratitude to 100% multidimensionally to all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, space, and time. Please anchor this into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Anchor, activate anchor, thank you, it's done. Pete, 100 down to 65 at this time, okay. Okay, it's back up to 160 from 0. I think that move was quite traumatic. Knocked a lot of things out. How's everybody? Back up to 100 plus? Boom. Okay. The next one is about radiance. So you know the difference between yourself when you're busy and working and the difference between when you go on holiday and you can look completely different to yourself, right? And you go, wow, I've got a little tan, I'm looking good. So that is radiance. And then when you're really overworked and you can have the same feet, the same body, but it can look vastly different. So this is what we're looking to upgrade. So please test, what is your level of radiance at this moment? Okay, mine is at 30 right now. So again, these are not some of the most deep, profound, but radiance, it's like it's all part of it, and it raises your vibration. Radiance raises your vibration and raises your self-esteem because you go, wow, look at that lovely body. I love that body, Okay, so we've got 45, Cleo 0, Sylvia 20, 50, Roland, okay, and mine is 35. Okay, so we're just going to up the level of radiance. And this could be a little self-care one that you could do every week because they do get knocked out. They do, if you move houses or go through a stress or something, it will get knocked out. So there can be, within these corrections, there's some little quick ones that can be sort of self-care ones. So teams, please upgrade our connection to an expression of natural radiance to 100% multidimensionally. Please anchor this into our multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate and anchor, thank you, it's done. And just clear your pendulum and see what your level of radiance is. So mine's gone from 35 to 150. And integration time for this is 7 days. Pete, you've gone up to 65 or it's gone up to 100? It's gone up to 100. Okay, great. Christian, 100 and above, 100. And integration time, guys? Mine is a week. 6 days, okay. 119 still going, 5 days. A week. Do you know, I'm not too blasted, and I thought I'd be more blasted. I can feel the energies, but I'm not totally blasted, and I think that's the fail-safes, the fail-safe which is regulating the energy intake, that we're not totally overloaded, because this is really a lot of corrections, even though these ones are a little bit more, they're not the deepest, heaviest, but still. So much wonderful energy. So, oh, totally blissful. Oh, great. Okay, next one is about sensuality, which comes from within and radiates out like an inner perfume. So this is an expression of beauty, of being at ease with your body, of grace and aliveness. It's about connecting more to our sensuality, the part of us that loves touch and smell and the body. So this is going to be nice in relationship, but also just in our relationship to ourselves. So just test your level of sensuality at the moment. 50%. Okay, you don't need to put in the numbers, just for yourself. So, okay, teams, please upgrade our sensuality to the most appropriate and beneficial level for us, multidimensionally, through all layers, levels, dimensions, timeframes, realities, universes, through time and space. Please anchor this into our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay. So that's gone from 50 to 150. So that might be the kind of thing that you could work with a client who was just going into relationship, or if it was somebody who hadn't been in a relationship or hadn't been sexual for a while, you could use this correction. Okay, the next one is about disconnection. Many of us feel a great sense of loss on a deep unconscious level around our disconnection from our true selves, our true nature, and from nature itself. And when we can let go of that sense of loss and reconnect, we start to experience greater well-being and a sense of wholeness and relaxation and flow and trust in life. And we experience more self-acceptance and self-love. And we begin to appreciate ourselves in a new way, allowing our true nature to reveal itself. So you can see that a lot of this work is really about authenticity. So in this piece, we're enhancing your connection to your true self, your authentic nature, and to nature itself. So please test your connection to your authentic self and your true nature. Okay, so mine is 80%. And then test your connection to nature. Mine is only 30%. Okay, we don't have to go, we'll just go straight to correction. So teams, please upgrade our connection to our true self, our authentic self, and our true nature, and to nature itself. Please do it 100%, multidimensionally, and activate and anchor this throughout the whole of our multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay, and just please retest that. Your connection to your authentic self and your true nature, and to nature. So all of that's gone to 170 now. Everybody gone up? Marsha, no? Which one? Authentic self or to nature? Christian, yes.
Self.
Okay, what have you gone up to?
I went up to 80 from 40.
Is there some interference? No. Is there a blockage within yourself? Is it a limiting belief? Same as before. Okay, teams, please identify the limiting belief or any set of patterns or energies within Marsha that prevent her from connecting to her authentic self and her true nature. Please clear this for her whole multidimensional matrix, multidimensionally. Activate naked. Thank you. It's done. Okay, can you just check and see if you have gone to 100 now? Is everyone else at 100?
Yes. Yes.
You guys feeling tired? Are you okay? Tired? Everyone's okay? We've only got half an hour left, so you guys are doing amazing. Connection to the chakras. You guys know what the chakras are? They're energy centers within the body, well, energy centers, which affect our whole being. So the root chakra is about grounding and basic needs. Sacral chakra in our belly is about creativity, giving birth, creating life, sexuality. Solar plexus relates to power and identity. Heart chakra is about love and self-love. Throat chakra is communication and expression. Third eye chakra is about vision and understanding. The crown chakra is about spiritual connection and wholeness. And there are other chakras within the greater chakra system, and we're working on all of them. So when they're functioning well, we're connected to all the chakras and we're supported in all aspects of life. So this is going to help us. So are we going to do a whole grid? Yes, we need to do a whole grid. So the grid on the horizontal is blank. And, okay, this is it. So it's slightly different. So first column is blank. But rather than health, beauty, and rejuvenation, the first one is open, how open the chakra is. Level of functionality is the second column. And connection, and your connection to it. Here, can you see that? So blank for the qualifiers, openness of the chakra, functionality, and connection. And we're just going to work with the 7 chakras. So first we'll go root as the first qualifier. Then we'll go sacral. Then we'll go solar plexus. Then we'll go heart. Then we'll go throat, crown, and then we'll put all the others. So if you can just fill out the grid, testing how open, how functional, and your connection to the chakra. Clearing your pendulum. This is useful. Useful, is that word? Useful?
Sorry, it's awful. Awful.
Oh, really?
Got loads of minuses.
Minus?
Minuses, yeah. Minus
Oh, wow.
in the
Which
heart.
one?
The heart is minus 200% open and minus 150% functional.
Whoa.
The sacral chakra is minus 200 level of functionality, and the root connection is minus 150. So
Oh.
it's awful. I haven't gone any further. I was just so shocked.
Whoa, okay.
I really need.
You can
obviously.
test and see if you got knocked out, and you can test what age you got knocked out, because I mean,
Yes.
yeah, you know, if you've gone through something like moving countries or challenge or a breakup or something, these things knock us out, you know. This doesn't mean your whole life it's been like this. It could be quite recent. Like I think some of my really low calibrations have come about through the stress of this move. So
Yeah, okay. So shock. I'll do some investigation, but I'll
she's
continue.
not using a grid, but basically it came up as a 0, and then she tested, well, how much into the negative. So yeah.
Yes. Well,
Okay, was this interesting for anybody to see which was, yeah? I mean, 4 of mine are completely connected, and then some of them are really not very, very low calibrations. Okay, is it okay for me to do the correction now? One more minute, go ahead.
One more minute.
Higher chakras are much more working than the lower ones. Isn't that interesting, eh? Christian. Okay, and you know the lower ones are around money and home, right? Same here. Okay. So the lower ones are all about manifesting, money, home, grounding, all that stuff. So it kind of gives you a good picture of the makeup. And I've had a lot of those things where it's like it's all clear at the upper levels when I'm working with the multidimensional matrix, all clear up there, and the bottom levels, no, not good. Light workers, the curse of the light worker. Okay. You guys okay for me to go? A minute. We're doing good. We're getting through everything. Well done, guys. I hope you're okay. Almost there. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead, and Marsha, you can always check the before and after if you like. So teams, please open a crystalline matrix and activate 100% openness, functionality of all of our chakras within the greater chakra system. And please activate 100% connection to all of the chakras within our greater chakra system and each chakra individually. Please do this multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, time frames, realities, universes through time and space, and anchor all of this into a multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. It's done. Okay. Let's go and retest. Okay. Is everybody fully connected now? Yeah, all
Are we,
connected.
are we testing each of them individually to see if they're fully connected, or just
Yeah.
now? I mean,
Yeah, just do one test for each one and see, is it
yeah,
all 100% plugged in?
yeah.
And if you get 100%, we're good to go. Okay, Pete, how is your root now?
70, and there is interference, so I'm just working on that at the moment.
Okay, all right.
I can do.
Yeah, if you want me to do it, let me know. Debbie, were you were there some that were you're all good?
The lower ones were slightly off. The lowest score I got was 60, and that was on the route how open. Everything's back up to 100 now,
Okay,
plus.
good. Sylvia, are you fully plugged in now?
Oh, with chakras, I've been working for decades. I was just thinking that with some clients, I find that the chakra being open doesn't necessarily mean it works well, because very often trauma and shock slams it open and then it's not flexible anymore.
Right. Okay. Okay. So were yours all totally functioning properly?
But mine are fine, yes. The
Okay.
only one that wasn't 100% was the throat, and it's cleared. Thank you.
Okay, cool. Angela, are yours working?
Yeah, that was interesting because before, I mean, I had the root, this goes without saying, I knew it'd be like this, but the root sacral and the solar plexus were all, you know, I mean, they were there, but the connection was 30, 40, you know, fairly low. The openness was higher, but overall they were lower. But the heart, throat, brown, crown were all like really high, generally, you know, before this is, but now they're all,
Now they're all good?
yeah. Yeah.
Awesome, cool. Okay, and Chris, did you guys get the root and all the lower chakras sorted then?
Yeah, now it's okay.
It's okay. Okay. Is everybody okay in all the chakras now? Yes. Pete, did you solve that? Did you solve that interference issue?
Yeah, yeah. So it's running. It's now open. But I mean, I think like many of us, I mean, it's the lower chakras that are the problem. But
Yeah.
what I noticed was that, I mean, mine, I mean, the connection was 100% throughout. I mean, which, I mean, I find sort of both surprising and not surprising, because, I
Right.
mean, the amount of work that, you know, one is doing, and particularly, I mean, where, you know, like, say with the Reiki circle several times a week. I mean, doing this constantly for 4 years. I mean, there's a huge amount of work that's going through that. So it's actually nice to see that there are some things which are in balance, which is quite, you know, I think, oh well, that's good, you know, that's at least, you know, some of the work is doing something.
And we get knocked out, you know, we also get knocked out when shit happens, so.
Yeah, but I mean, I think for me, I mean, the root is like, it's been a real problem. I mean, it's, you know, and it's also wired into my astrological chart and everything. I mean, you know, I've sort of got quite a few little
Right.
astro numbers that have also been quite nicely stacked against me. So, you know, it's not just the sort of chakra thing.
Right, it's in your
Question.
blueprint.
Yeah, it's very deeply plumbed, and of course, then the question is, you know, that's what one's trying to work through and find out, you know, the clever way in which one can, you know, actually heal that. And some of these challenges are just so mind-blowing. You feel that you've got, like, you know, you're fighting a battle with one hand tied behind your back and sort of 100 Trojans in front of you, all with sort of spears, pickaxes, and God knows what, you know. It's a bloody experience that we go through down on this earth, is what I can say.
Yeah. Okay, 4 more corrections to go, and then we can kind of share and tune into our body map and close. So this is about a unified harmonic field. So here we want to create balance and harmony between all body elements, all parts, all body systems. So this is like tuning the strings of an instrument, and it creates a unified harmonic vibrational field that sings. So aging, illness, and lack of radiance arise out of a disharmony in the body, amongst other factors. So creating balance and deep harmony allows the motor to purr. So let's test the level of balance between all body aspects and the level of harmony between all body aspects. So 2 calibrations: balance. How balanced are all your body aspects and how harmonious? So I've got 30% balance and harmony. I feel sure that my move has really knocked a lot of stuff out, but so there's harmony, but there's not balance. So that's interesting. Okay, 1700, yeah. Okay, let's just go straight to correction then. 7050, okay. All right, so teams, please activate 100% balance and deep harmony to create a unified vibrational harmonic field between every subatomic particle in the body, every atom in the body, every molecule, every cell, every bone, every organ, the heart, the lungs, the tissues, the fluids, the biochemicals, the hormones, the eyes, the nose, mouth, ears, teeth, hair, and every body part, every body system, and all body functionality, and all the underlying energetic fields that create all these body aspects. Please do this work multidimensionally through all layers, levels, dimensions, realities, universes, through time and space. Please activate and anchor this work, anchoring it into our whole multidimensional matrix and triple aspects. Did I say that? There we go. Activate and anchor. Thank you. So please test if you now have, if we've activated this unified harmonic field. And now the level of balance and the level of harmony. So it's like we've tuned the body.
Oh,
Okay, 1100,
no, no,
100,
100.
cool, 100, and you've got the unified harmonic field is in place. Everything is vibrating. It's like tuning an orchestra, basically, is what it is. We're tuning the orchestra. So this is a great one, again, to do regularly because it can get knocked out. So this would be a real, if you're working with clients in health issues, this is a great one for health issues because it's get the orchestra in tune. Great, okay. So we'll see how that feels this week. It'll be interesting. Okay, 3 more corrections to go. Body suffering for others. Here we identify whether your body is taking on suffering, illnesses, little issues, accidents, whatever it is. And you could be suffering for, like I've had clients who've suffered for humanity, suffering for your family, or could be aging. I'm aging faster for humanity. Or I'm got insomnia for humanity, or for your family, or for your gender, like some women are suffering for other women, or for your race, or for your partner, suffering for your partner. So see, the first test is what level are, if any, of suffering is your body taking on for others? So we did an earlier correction where the body was going through stuff, taking on stuff for us, but this is suffering for others. Okay, so mine is 80%. Who needs that, really? Now, your second calibration is to test how many issues 100, okay. Ecological grief, exactly. There you go. Suffering for the planet could be, yeah? So how many body issues are coming from this? So your insomnia or your digestion thing or your aging, excuse me, or
Bless you.
your nervous system overload or your stress. So how many issues are related to this? So I've got 9. So now if you could test who for, you may not get them all, but so before you test who for, test how many people for, because your 9 issues might all be for humanity or might all be for the planet. So it might just be, so see how many people you are suffering for. Okay, so mine is 3. So it's my ancestors, my father, and the Jewish people. I mean, you guys know that's my big theme, right? So a lot of this stuff that we carry is for someone else. So I would like to chat about this because I think this is kind of interesting. Anybody done all their corrections and got any insights? Debbie?
I came up with 0, so I'm not doing any or carrying anything for anybody, which is interesting because there has been a lot of health issues in the family.
Okay. Well, that's cool. I mean, that's ideal. Sebastian, you carrying anything for anybody else? No.
Zero.
Wow, nice. Okay. Pete? You're still testing? Sylvia? You are carrying?
Yes, ancestors, bloodline, humanity, and the earth.
Okay, there you go. So if you are not caring for anyone else, this might be something that you would work with other people, obviously, this correction. Anyone else have some insights? Christian, do you carrying anything for anybody?
Yeah, for mankind,
Mankind.
then for nature.
Okay, and for nature as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Marcia?
Mankind, humanity, nervous system, certainly, digestion,
Okay.
sleep, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. So you don't necessarily need to test every issue, but you can if you want. But I'm going to clear it now just because of our time.
Okay, good.
All right, so teams, please clear, cancel, delete, transform, and transmute, and 0 point all patterns of suffering for others anchored in our body in the areas that we've identified, as well as any other areas that haven't been identified. Please release all internal mechanisms that generate and maintain the pattern of carrying suffering in the body for others. And please bring in the appropriate light codes to heal and repair all affected areas in alignment with our sovereignty, our freedom, our independence, our highest timeline, our highest truth, our highest self, and our highest purpose. Please do this work multidimensionally and anchor it into our multidimensional matrix in triple aspects. Activate and anchor. Thank you. Okay. Please test if you are still carrying suffering for others. Maybe clearing the pendulum. No, so that's clear. Everybody clear? Angela? Give me a thumbs up if you're all good, and we'll go on to the next one. Angela, can you hold on? Because we've got
Yeah.
a couple more to do and then we can share, but just because of the time. Okay. Should we do these other ones? No. Should we save these other ones for next week? Okay. We're going to save them for next week just because of the time. So how is everybody doing? I wonder if I should. Okay, so do we need to work on our body maps? No. You can do that yourself at home. So just tuning into your body map, and you might want to add some more things. There might be some more light, some more spirals of light, some more insights about what you want to manifest. So the homework is going to be to tune into the body map every day and to keep on adding to it if anything authentically comes through. And the homework is also just to drink a lot of water. I'm going to seal the field. And then, so we've done up to 226. Okay, so we'll add those ones to next week's. And so I just want to seal the field and then we can just share. So please seal the field in this work that we've done here today in a field of magic and miracles, blessings, love, and gratitude, the infinite power, potential, and possibilities of the cosmic field in the now point of power. And we ask for divine and cosmic protection for ourselves, our bodies, and our work here today. And ask for real world tangible results and a quantum leap for our bodies in all aspects. We thank all the teams, we thank our bodies, and we're just going to unplug from each other. Okay. Okay, guys, you've done really well. So how's everybody doing? How are you feeling?
I felt a little bit nauseous just at the end. It was clearing for this one ancestor. It's still a little bit there, but mostly feel amazingly good considering how many corrections we've just done. Yeah, so that fail-safe is very very good. But I am a bit shocked about the these chakras. You know, I was doing like chakra work with my clients considering that I was like, you know, fully, everything was fully good and that they weren't, and like this is kind of a bit of a slap in the face. So I'm gonna have to do some yeah, do some investigation around that one.
I mean, my opinion is just that when we go through stuff, it can knock us out. It's just as simple as that. A lot of these things I might have done in the past, and they got knocked out, and it's just part of the human condition, in my opinion. So it's not like we need to judge ourselves like, oh, I should be more evolved than that, you know. It's just what it is in the moment, you know.
Right.
Obviously, a balanced life without too much drama is like very highly beneficial to the energy system if we can, you know, create that. And
Yeah, I mean, that's the kind of like the question about the, you know, things getting knocked, corrections or whatever, getting knocked out through, yeah, through life, or it could be, or some things more than others, obviously trauma or difficult scenarios. But that's true anyway in life. But if we're doing like, because we've done so many different corrections, so much work and all the stuff before, you know, as well. If something happens, I mean, I'm not going to, what am I going to go back and then have to correct everything? But it won't knock do you know what I mean? Because also some things are happened on other levels. It would, I would imagine it wouldn't be always recorrecting everything every time.
you know, I think that's a really great question. And I think what we'll do is next week, we'll be doing a lot of questioning, because next week we're doing, today was a lot of kind of more beauty and sensual and some a few deep ones as well. Next week, we're going to install this new template of light. And our intention for this template of light is that it doesn't hold a lot of the density that our old container was holding. Once it's installed, we need to then ask that question of this new template of light. Like, are you going to absorb shock and trauma in the way that the old template did? This is the question, because right now the old template could easily get knocked out. No matter how much light work you were doing, it gets knocked out.
Yeah.
We will see what happens with the new template of light. The intention is that it doesn't. And we have installed a few things, a few pathways to the Cosmic Processing Center. So we've already installed some things where rather than take on the shock and then we get knocked out, that shock goes straight through to the Cosmic Processing Center and comes back as life force. So that's where the Cosmic Processing Center is really helpful to prevent exactly what you're talking about.
But this, like all the stuff in level 1, you know, what we did, because there was also all about the, you know, things happening to knock it off, you know, shock or trauma. But would that be true of that?
Well, you can always work retrospectively because there's no time and space, right? So you can always install the fail safes for all work, and then you can go retrospectively back to all the work we did in level 1 or all the work that you've ever done and reinstall it, and then activate the Cosmic Processing Center to prevent any getting knocked out.
Yeah, because somebody asked me just recently, someone I worked with, and she said, I was doing such and such, and then I suddenly remembered, oh, Angela cleared that for me. I don't know, it was something. and then she'd asked me prior to that, oh, is it like you know, like when you get a massage that you know you have to then get one regularly because to sort of keep it up, you know? And I said, well, no, it's not exactly like that. I said, no, I probably told the wrong thing. No, I just sort of I said, no, it was permanent, but there's different understandings of what that means, permanent, I suppose. So I would say, no, it is permanent. It isn't like, oh, you have to keep topping it up or doing it. But I think the answer to that is just possibly different levels of something. I don't know. Yeah. So, or it comes up a different way.
Super, super good question. Obviously, we don't want to do all this work and then it gets knocked out just by life. So
yeah,
we'll test that next week and see how what this upgrade offers us. And I think the Cosmic Processing Center is like our friend, and we can retroactively install it. But maybe I need to. So do I need to retroactively install it? Yeah, let me have a think about that.
yeah.
And just see what I'll do some testing and see what's it. But that's a very good question. Super good.
I used to do. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, check in with everybody. So I think
yeah, sure. Yeah, this is good. Thank you. Yeah.
It's really brilliant, honey. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. How's everybody else? Marcia?
Good. Is it open? Yeah, good. Really good. I have a bit of a headache. And oh, I don't know. Oh, I keep hitting that button. Really good. Have a bit of a headache. I got slowed down, but I had interference in a couple of places, and so I was working on clearing it for myself. I have a question, which is, there's something important in here in this category, body suffering for others. And can I use a shield?
Sorry, I was just saying goodbye to Chris. So can you
okay.
just explain the last thing?
Okay, that category is important for me. The body suffering for others.
Okay.
It's related to the other thing.
Okay.
I went through this today. Can I put up a shield?
Well, you should test that. But if
okay.
You're reprogrammed. Okay, Pete. Bye. Thank you. It's great to see you. See you next week. Okay, if your body is reprogrammed to not take on suffering for others, then it shouldn't, in theory, take on any suffering for others. But you can put a shield if you want. But it's not so much the shield, it's more like out of empathy, it was taking on stuff to align vibrationally with others. So
yeah,
I think you should be fine.
Okay.
But you can do some.
Thank you. I'll play with it.
Yeah, just do some inquiring. How's everybody else? I'm sorry we're rushing. It was a big day. Is everyone else okay?
The energy shifts were wonderful. I just wanted to sit in them, and it was a real spiral. And as it was clearing, it was really fast, and then it was slowed down, as I explained before. But I just wanted to hold on to every little. Oh yeah, it was wonderful. And the visions I got with different clearings was really interesting. I feel really vibrant. I feel really good to go. Yeah, so
Wow.
it's interesting how we all experience it in different ways.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Wow.
So thank you.
It's cool. Sylvia, how are you?
Feel good, really. When you opened the field today, I was surprised to feel the energy regulator so strong again, and immediately felt his hand on my heart. And I was like, why is that? And the image that I got, or the message that I got, was because there's going to be a lot of emotional stuff today. And I was like, okay, like what? And as we started, I realized that I had completely forgotten about a decade of my life. And that was from age 8 to 18, because I had to grow up really quickly because I grew up with my grandfather. And when he passed away, I was 2 months before I was 8. It was like, okay, fine, now you're responsible. And I was like, okay. And the 10 years I had completely shut out. And there was a lot of shit basically that happened in that time. And it really came out today, and it was painful, but it was manageable. And I am glad it's out, and I'm glad I can actually think about it now and without emotion involved. And that's what the energy regulator did for me. And the cosmic processing center, because that was mentioned earlier today, I was shown how the energy that we send out and then get back again is very useful for us to build on, because it was clearing those 10 years for me. It was sending it out, clearing it, because it showed me as if I stepped into my role when my granddad died, and everything changed. And I was quickly catching up with the rest of my life. So it was giving me that energy from then. So that was a really big learning thing for me. And the other
Wow.
thing that Angela was mentioning about, do we have to clear it again? Will it knock us out? I had an incident happen 3.5 days ago that normally would have knocked me for 6. It did knock me out, but I managed to deal with it. And instead of withdrawing and doing the usual thing that would normally take me 5-6 months to find my feet again, it took me maybe a day. And
Right.
that's the difference, right? And it empowered me. It
Okay.
didn't make me feel insignificant or weak or beaten or something. It empowered me. So I hope this is something that Angela will understand, because for me, it was also a big learning, and I'm very grateful for that.
Okay. Thanks, honey. Well, okay. Sebastian, how are you?
Yeah, I'm feeling, I think, peaceful now. Um, the work that we did around the core wounds, how they affected the body, that was quite deep for me. And what Pete brought up regarding sin, I really felt that clearing. It really kind of.
Okay, Cleona. See you next week, sweetie.
I was so much lighter after that.
Okay.
I was buzzing earlier. Now I'm just feeling peaceful. So yeah, thank you.
Great. Well, everybody, thank you guys so much. Sorry, we're a little over time, but yeah. So do let us know how you're progressing and feeling during the week. Drink lots of water, take a little time with your body map every day, and we'll complete this work next week.
May I ask just one tiny thing about the body map? And that is that when I looked at mine today, it's horizontal, and I suddenly thought, you know what, I wanted it to be vertical. I haven't done that.
Oh,
But
well,
it's
make
a
a
bad
new
idea to change it.
make a new one.
Make a new one, yeah. I mean, I like it, but I just
Make a new one and take all the elements that you like and put them in
and
the new.
then just or not. But yeah, okay. I just thought I was going to jinx my body map if I started to change.
No, it's all good. It's all good. Okay, guys.
Thank you, Dominique.
Yeah, thank you. Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening.
Great as ever.
Bye,
Bye.
everybody.
Bye now.
Lots of love. I'll send out the video.
Lots of love.
Bye.